He gets the ball here for the Pigs, making his first outing of 2026. Defensively behind him, it's going to be Dylan Moore in the left, Stuart Baroa in center, Dylan Carlson in right, Carter Keyboom at third base. Shortstop is Christian Cairo, Robert Moore at second, Felix Reyes at first, and Paul McIntosh catching. So Fellows ready to go. First base side of the rubber. Tall righty, hands held high into his windup. First pitch to George Lombard Jr. It's a fastball at the knees, a sinker, 88. We're underway. Just a couple minutes late at 6:48 here on a calm and cool Thursday evening. 60 degrees here at first pitch. Fellows working quick. 0-1 pitch. Lombard hits a towering fly ball. Deep left field. Back on it more. To the track. At the wall. He's got just enough room. Step in front of the fence. He makes the catch. And Drake Fellows off and running as an Iron Pig. Fellows spent last year the entirety of it in the Pirates system. AAA Indianapolis. He went 9-6, 4.41 ERA, 112 in the third innings, 94 strikeouts, 46 walks. Winds and deals to Yanquiel Fernandez, who breaks his bat on a ground ball in between first and second and into right for a base hit. So Fernandez trades his bat for a base knock, and he's the first base runner of the game here. Defensively, for the Pigs, like I mentioned, it's Moore in left, Baroa in center, Carlson in right, Keyboom at third, Cairo at short, Moore at second, Reyes at first, and Paul McIntosh catching for the Pigs. RailRiders lineup once more. It's Lombard Jr., Fernandez, Luciano, then Cabrera, Brown, and Sanchez, with Martinez Jr., Ornelas, and Ellis. Final three. Tom Hamill getting the ball when we go to the bottom of the first. Fellows the stretch for the first time here, set of the belts, whips in a first pitch sinker on the inside corner, 0-1. Luciano DHing today, has hit out of the 3-hole each of the first 3 games this week. Batting .250 on the year, 1 homer, 4 driven in for the RailRiders, playing his 11th game of the year. Fellows 0-1. Slider down and away. Luciano thought about it, but he lays off. Fellows a big dude out in the bump. He's listed 6'5", 216 pounds. 28 years old, born in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, college product of Vanderbilt University. 1-1. Slider down and away again. Ball 2. Mentioned it's a bit of a calm and cool evening here. Not quite overcast, but not any rays of sunshine peeking through, nor do we really expect any sunshine here the rest of the night. Fernandez at first, leaning a bit towards second. Fellows to the plate. Sinker runs up and in. Luciano checked the swing, appeal to first. He held up. 3 balls in a strike now. Iron Pigs in the home whites here on Thursday night. Scranton Wilkes-Barre back to the alternate Navy Blues. Interlocking SWB on the left chest. 3-1. Heater right down the middle. 3-2. Fellows will work mostly high 80s, low 90s with his sinker, slider, the primary off-speed pitch. The one change for the Iron Pigs uniform is wearing the home whites here today. As the rest of the weekend, they will also be wearing their Memorial Day military caps. 3-2, runner goes, and it's spiked by Feller. Slider about 5 feet out in front of the plate. Nice pick by McIntosh to keep it in front, but it's ball 4 to Luciano. Fernandez will have second base free of charge here. First and second, 1 out. Oswaldo Cabrera playing second base today. Sitting 228, 4 homers. He's driven in 22. He had a 3-run homer back on Tuesday night. Switch hitter batting left as an open stance. Keyboom in on the grass at third, and the first pitch, Cabrera pops it up. Foul ground, third base side, back of the coach's box. Keyboom settling under it, and just dancing off to his left in the last moment. He holds on to it to make the catch. Not even an exhale of exasperation from Keyboom there. He had it the whole way. Just a late stab at the final moment, because it nearly got away from him. You can actually see, as he was reaching for it, not quite a grimace on his face, but like almost a quick whoopsie. Good job adjusting, though. 2 outs here in the first, and now Seth Brown, who has homered in the first 2 games each here in this series. Swings the first pitch, chops it foul off the RailRiders dugout. 0-1. Fellows a hit and a walk here in the top of the first, but it's not had to throw too many pitches. Lombard went down on the second pitch of the game. Cabrera popping out on the first pitch of his plate appearance. Brown from the left side. He's got 8 homers, driven in 16, hitting .240. Strike one pitch. Changeup just fades off the outside corner. McIntosh stuck it for a moment, hoping to garner the call from Jared Duerson, but no dice. Fellows leaning in from the first base side of the rubber. Long navy blue sleeves under his jersey, raises the arms skyward, now settles them back into the belt. To the plate, the 1-1. Sinker nibbles the bottom of the zone at the knees. 1-2. Outfield straight away on Brown. Infield playing the lefty to the pole side here. No wind, absolutely no wind to speak of. So that flag in center field as still as can be. 1-2 on Brown, 2 on, 2 out. Fellows, the 1-2. Brown, a ground ball back of first. Reyes stays down in it, gloves. Will take it to the back himself, retire Brown. Hand the inning over. Drake Fellows, a scoreless inning in his IronPigs debut. Sends this game to the bottom of the first. RailRiders, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. Bottom 1 we go, scoreless here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
From the Phillipsburg Easton Honda Studios, this is Fox Sports Radio. Clinton Acura and Phillipsburg Easton Honda, 2 trusted names, 1 goal, 5-star customer service.
Shop unbeatable deals on the hottest styles during Ashley's Memorial Day sale. Save up to 20% store-wide or take advantage of 60 months no-interest financing with no minimum purchase. Plus, explore doorbuster savings, whether you're refreshing one space or your entire home. Now is the time to save big with these incredible holiday savings. Save up to 20% or enjoy 60 months no-interest financing. These Memorial Day deals won't last long. Don't miss out. Happening now at Ashley.
We're celebrating 25 years of covering Lehigh Valley sports. Moments like Nazareth Jahan Dotson being the number 16 overall pick of the 2022 NFL Draft by the Washington Commanders. Covering the biggest moments in Lehigh Valley sports for 25 years. This is Fox Sports Radio, 94.7 FM and 12:30 AM in Easton.
You're listening to IronPigs Baseball, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. On Fox Sports Radio, 94.7 FM, 12:30 AM, and streaming at lvfoxsports.com.
Bottom of the first, it's the RailRiders nothing, and the IronPigs coming to bat on the mound for Scranton Wilkes-Barre. It is Dom Hamill. We have seen him before with Syracuse, but this is the first time the Pigs will see him with Scranton Wilkes-Barre. This is the lineup that he's going to face here for the IronPigs, brought to you by PSECU. PSECU, where members achieve more. Christian Cairo leads things off at shortstop. Then Stuart Baroa, the center fielder. Felix Reyes at first base hits third. Third baseman Carter Keyboom's the cleanup man. Then Brian De La Cruz DHs. Dylan Carlson in right hits sixth. Dylan Moore in left field bats seventh. Paul McIntosh doing the catching hits eighth. And Robert Moore rounds things out, batting ninth. Into the line, first pitch from Hamill to Christian Cairo is a sinker on the inside corner. 0-1. Cairo leading off for the Pigs. He has been their best on-base man this season. 424 on base, 2 homers. Driven in 14. Swings the 0-1, hits a weak tapper on the ground. Third base side. Quickly 0-2. Hamill, right-hand pitcher, out in the bump. Originally a third-round pick of the Mets out of Dallas Baptist. 6'2", 237-pound righty. Works from the first base side of the rubber here. Cairo takes his time, straddles back into the box. Infield plays back on him. Hamill the wind, 0-2. Check swing, pitch down the dirt, goes the backstop. Check swing, or appeal to first. Trevor Daniger says Cairo held up on the check swing here. Our umpires today brought to you by Gross McGinley, attorneys at law, focused on fair play. Gross McGinley has been providing trusted legal counsel to the greater Lehigh Valley for the past 50 years. 1-2, called strike 3. Sweeper right there. Got him looking. Cairo retired here to begin the first. Brings up Stuart Baroa in center field. Umpires today, like I mentioned, Jared Duerson is behind the plate, Trevor Daniger at first, and Raul Moreno at third base. We are no longer a 4-man crew here today. First pitch to Baroa, fouled in and out the mitt of Sanchez. 0-1. Did have a four-man crew the first 2 days of the week, and it's here today. One umpire exiting stage left, that's Austin Jones on a major league assignment. Being where we are located kind of close to New York City and to Philadelphia. 0-1. Baroa takes changeup a little bit high. It's typical here that we'll have a four-man crew for a little bit, and then that fourth guy will get plucked on a major league assignment. Hamill the windup, the 1-1 to Baroa. Looks at a fastball down low, rode the elevator down with it, watching it all the way into the mitt of Sanchez. Stewart hitting .263, 4 homers. He's driven in at 19. 2-1 pitch. Baroa swings, hard ground ball in between first and second, and that's into right field for a base hit. So Baroa, first base runner of the day for the IronPigs, strokes a single into right. Fernandez gets it on in. First base runner of the game for the Pigs is a one-out single. Brings up Felix Reyes, who helped stoke the offense yesterday for the Pigs. They're just their second game of 10 or more runs here in the month. 13 runs yesterday, 4 of them from Felix. Went deep twice. First pitch, Baroa bluffs from first. Sliders down and away on Reyes. Felix, 3 for 5 yesterday, 2 homers, 4 RBIs, hitting .337 with the IronPigs, 8 homers, he's driven in 20. Baroa leading at first. Hamill set of the belts. 1-0 pitch. Reyes off the end of the bat. A soft fly ball. Shallow center. Ellis started back. Now coming in. Can't make the catch. He mishandles it trying to pick it up. Baroa to third. Reyes in at second. Beats the throw. It'll be a single and an error on Duke Ellis, allowing Felix Reyes to go to second base. Baroa, I think, was going to third the entire time. But Felix, good aggressive base running, able to push the limit as that ball dunked in center, and Ellis racing in to grab it, just had it hit off his chest. So some good hearty base running for the Pigs, as men at second and third, 1 out. Corners come in for the RailRiders. The first pitch shown to Carter Keyboom. It's a breaking ball down the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Pigs did most of their damage yesterday in just 2 single innings. They scored 5 in the 4th and 6 in the 8th. Keyboom hitting .308, 2 homers. He's driven in 11. Sinker down the dirt to him. Ball 2. Hamill, it's been a tough season for him. 1-6 with a .687 ERA. 36 in the 3rd innings. Struck out 29, walked 16, given up 48 hits. Now at an even 50 at the 2 hits here today. 2-0 to Keyboom. Carter swings and misses. Slider backed up and in on him. Frozen him for just a split second, long enough to sneak that by him. Keyboom, cherry red bat, rests it on his back shoulder, angling it just a little bit towards the backstop. 2-1. Slider just misses down and away. Good take by Carter. Keyboom playing third base today. He DH'd in yesterday's game as De La Cruz, who's on deck, moves into the DH spot. Hamill, first base side of the rubber, holds the ball in the bare hand. Now comes to the set as Hamill steps off. Reyes at second, Baroa at third. Short lead for both. The pitch. Breaking ball backs up. It's up and in. Ball 4. Keyboom walks. And that loads the bases for the DH for the IronPigs, Brian De La Cruz. Single walk, and error becomes a bit of a moot point here. And De La Cruz, who homered for the first time in 10 days yesterday, will come to hit, but have to take a moment as pitching coach Spencer Medic makes a very early trip out to the mound here for the RailRiders. He'll bring the entire infield in to collapse on him. Give a talking to everybody, try to sort things out for Hamill here. Like we mentioned, it has been a tough 2026 for Dom Hamill. Last time out, took the loss, his 3rd in a row. So he went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, 3 earned. A quality start for him, but over his last 3 outings, 3 losses, 6 innings, 4 runs, 4 2/3, 6 runs, and 4 innings and 7 runs. He's given up 6 or more runs in 4 of his outings this season. He's got De La Cruz at the plate. Corners again pinch in a little bit as the middle infield is back. Outfield straight away just about on De La Cruz is the first pitch. Sweeper nibbles onto the inside corner, 0-1. De La Cruz's homer last night was his 6th of the season. Now 26 driven home, hitting .228. Trying to cash in against his former organization. 0-1 pitch. On the outside corner, fastball spotted up perfectly. Just barely nicking the outside black, and that might have been worth a challenge for De La Cruz. It would have been unbelievably close, but I think that's one that might have gotten overturned. 0-2 on Brian. Hamill out of the mound visit, firing darts here. 0-2. Called strike 3. Fastball on the outside corner. De La Cruz can't take the bat off his shoulder here as Hamill gets him looking. Second backwards K of the inning. And with the bases still loaded, 2 outs, it will be up to Dylan Carlson. Carlson in right field today for the Pigs has bounced around the outfield here to begin his IronPigs tenure, left, center, and now right. Switch hitter batting left infield, plays him to pull, bases loaded, first pitch, slider, back doors onto the outside corner. 0-1, Carlson hitting .154 at the Pigs, 1 homer and driven in 3 runs. RailRiders threatened in the top half. Pigs trying to avoid leaving them loaded here in the bottom half. 0-1. This is down and away. Fastball out of the zone. First time that Hamill has missed since the mound visit. Yesterday, the Pigs able to score 13 runs in large part because they were so good with runners in scoring position. They were 7 for 13. 1-1. Carlson looks at a changeup down low. Ball 2. It's the 4th time this year that the Pigs have hit at least 500 with runners in scoring position for a full game, minimum 8 at-bats. 2-1 on Carlson. Hamill to the plate. Sweeper down and in. Good take by Carlson, leaving that on the back foot. The 4 games with a 500 average with runners in scoring position ties them for the 3rd most in the IL this season. Carlson trying to come through here in the last of the first. Bases loaded, 2 outs, the 3-1. Heater just off the outside corner. Carlson, phenomenal eye, sees it outside. It's ball 4 that forces in a run. And the IronPigs on the board first, 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Not exactly how the Pigs envisioned getting on the board here in the first, but he gets the job done. And honestly, a good job by Carlson on a pitch so close. And a hitter's count not expanding the zone. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Now Dylan Moore to hit. First pitch fastball right down the middle to him. 0-1, more like Carlson, one of the new veterans onto the roster added in the past week. Hitting .200, 4 for his first 20. Right-handed hitter, just about a closed-off stance. Bases juiced, 0-1. Moore swings through the sweeper, 0-2. Paul McIntosh on deck if we get that far here in the inning. Reyes at third, Keyboom at second, Carlson at first. 0-2 on Dylan Moore. Hamill, the 2-strike pitch. Called strike 3. Sweeper freezes Moore, couldn't pull the trigger. 3rd strikeout of the inning for Hamill as he leaves the bases loaded. But the Pigs do get on the board. A bases loaded walk for Dylan Carlson sends us the second 1-0 IronPigs here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
The scoreboard. Our hopes and dreams rest on the outcome, but it doesn't show the sacrifice it takes to win, or the pain of accepting defeat. Because the win score isn't about points. It's about how many times you come back and trust the odds. For all facts that matter. Trusted for over 80 years and accepted by top doctors and specialists. Capital Blue Cross. Men that are fearless.
Why does it always say paper jam when there's no paper jam? Hi there. Who are you and what are you in our office space? I'm Zod, your friendly popular helper guy.
There you go. You're all set.
Whoa, Cy, that was awesome.
Thanks. Better service is on the horizon for Science Sky Copier. Science Sky service. They hit it out of the park. If you need help with your office copiers and printers, call Science Sky today or find them at scienceskycopiers.com.
Hi, IronPigs fans. I'm Linda Wardy. I work in human resources at Air Products. I live in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, and I'm proud to support MDA.
Air Products, working here, living here. Hi, IronPigs fans. I'm Nick Medica. I work in hydrogen energy systems at Air Products. I live in Zionsville, and I'm proud to support Freedom Fight. Air Products, working here, living here. You're listening to the IronPigs Radio Network.
Top of the second, it's the Iron Pigs with a 1-0 lead over the RailRiders early. A bases loaded walk for Dylan Carlson puts the Pigs on the board first. Ali Sanchez, Ernesto Martinez Jr., and Jonathan Ornelas due up here in the second for the RailRiders against Drake Fellows. Back out to work for the Iron Pigs as he spins a first pitch slider at the knees on the outside corner, 0-1. Fellows in his first outing as an Iron Pig. Single and a walk in the first, but left 2 aboard. Trying to go perfect here in the second against Ali Sanchez. Catcher for the RailRiders, batting right-handed. 0-1, takes a sinker down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sanchez hitting .267. He's got 5 homers, driven in 10, and 804 OPS as the catcher. 1-1 pitch. Sanchez hard ground ball over the third base bag by a diving Kieboom and down the left field side. It'll kick off the barrier, picked up barehanded by Carlson, or Moore rather, and hooked into second quickly enough to hold Sanchez to just a leadoff single. Good job by Moore in left. Obviously has not played a lot of outfield here at Coca-Cola Park, even when he was truly a minor league player coming up through the ranks in the Ranger system. That was all in the Pacific Coast League. So he's never stepped foot here before. Hard to know how the ball is going to react coming off the wall. Did it well there, held Sanchez at first with now Ernesto Martinez Jr., the left fielder, coming up to hit. Big left-handed slugger. Fellows the first pitch, and Martinez line shot right center field. Baroa on the run into a slide. He picks it, makes the catch, and robs Martinez of extra bases. Throws it back in to hold Sanchez at first, and that's the first out here in the second. With all the rain that's fallen earlier today, Baroa basically on a slip and slide out in right center was moving along the turf when he made that catch, sliding on the backside. Kind of looked like fun. That line drive actually got to him before he even went into the slide. Man, that baseball was scorched. 111 miles an hour off the bat. It's the first out here of the second. Brings up Jonathan Ornelas, third baseman for the RailRiders, and the first pitch misses down low on him, but Paul McIntosh is going to challenge him. First challenge of the game used by the Iron Pigs here. 1 out, man at first, and upon review, call on the field is confirmed, so the Pigs lose their first challenge of the game here. Keeping tabs on the Samcam and those who have some questions in the chat there, we have some people wondering what exactly is an Iron Pig, and it's a question, a common one that we get throughout the season from time to time, and you know, here a month and a half into the campaign, maybe it's a good time to refresh folks. 1-0 pitch, down the dirt, blocked by McIntosh. The Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Well, the Iron Pig in and of itself does not exist. It is not a real thing. We made it up. What an Iron Pig is a play on words. Here in the Lehigh Valley, specifically in Bethlehem, big steel making area. Back in the day, this region was known for the steel that it produced. 2-0 pitch. Ornelas takes the fastball that scrapes the outside corner. 2-1. And with it being a big steel producing region, Bethlehem Steel, the biggest company out there, you can still go down to Steel Sacks, where Wind Creek is located. Casino. Sanchez leading at first, 2-1. Ornelas a high chopper up the third base side, gloved by Kieboom, throws in the run to second one, relay to first, not in time. Moore at second had to get rid of that quickly, couldn't get a whole lot on that. Ornelas running well down the line, beats it out. Fielder's choice. With 2 outs, brings up Duke Ellis. So when the Iron Pigs were looking for a name when the team came into existence in 2008, we wanted to draw on the history of the region, and a lot of that had to do with the steel production. And, you could just go with steel makers or iron workers or something basic like that. But we wanted something that was a little bit more fun. And looking at the production of making steel, first pitch is outside to Duke Ellis, or in this case, making iron. We stumbled upon one of the processes in the steelmaking process produces something called pig iron, P-I-G iron. For 1-0 to Duke Ellis. It's on the inside corner, 1-1. Now, pig iron is a crude, brittle, intermediate metal produced by smelting the iron ore in a blast furnace. And the reason they call that is when you pour it and it goes in these little molds, it looks like little suckling pigs on the mother. So pig iron existed, and we said, well, what if you turn it around and call it an iron pig? Throw over to first, and back with a dive is Ornelas, as Ray is trying to deke him out. And that's where Iron Pig was born from. He said, let's turn it on its head, give it an actual pig head, a pig made of iron, an iron pig, and lo and behold, here we are, nearly 20 years later, people still love it. Ellis hitting 277, the pitch home, where Ellis bluffs from first, and Ellis a high chopper up the line, Reyes gloves, and he'll tag out Ellis on the way by down the first base line to retire him and end the inning. Good job by Drake Fellows, works around the leadoff single, posts a second scoreless inning here, and we go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Iron Pigs here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Hey, this is Jonathan Knight. With Jacksonville, another team that was slightly less boring than Jacksonville.
This is the Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. You're listening to Iron Pigs Baseball, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. On Fox Sports Radio 94.7 FM, 12:30 a.m. and streaming at lvfoxsports.com.
Bottom of the second, it's the Iron Pigs 1 and the RailRiders nothing. 2 scoreless innings for Drake Fellows as he opens here for Alan Ronhell today. There will be one more arm to throw in front of Ronhell at least. It's the first pitch to Paul McIntosh. This is up and in. Max Lazar going to be making his second rehab appearance of the week, starting to throw out in the Pigs bullpen. 1-0, McIntosh bounced from the third base side. Fielded nicely by the Pigs third base coach Tank Adamson. 1 ball, 1 strike. McIntosh leading off for the Pigs, doing the catching, and then it'll be Robert Moore, the second baseman, to round things out of the 9 spot. 1-1. McIntosh, another big rip, fouls it back. 1-2. So I would also expect Zach Pop to throw again today for the Iron Pigs on another rehab appearance. Both Lazar and Pop threw back on Tuesday. Wind to the 1-2 pitch. Fastball up high. Hamill, weird first inning, gave up 2 singles, 1 walk, struck out 3, or 2 walks rather, ended up giving up 1 run on the bases loaded free pass to Carlson. 2-2, McIntosh gets under it, popped up right behind the plate, catcher Sanchez off of the mask, right on top of the logo behind the dish. He makes the catch. McIntosh is retired. 1 away here in the second. One out, and the base is empty. It brings up Robert Moore. Moore with a big day yesterday for the Pigs out of the 9 spot. Finished 2 for 3, double the triple, and drove in 3. Switch hitter batting left. Hamill, first offering. Breaking ball misses outside to him. Hamill trying to bounce back from that run in the first. It's been the tale of a big inning this season for him. In only giving up that 1 run in the first. 1-0. Moore hits a chopper right side to his right. First baseman Brown gloves it. The lefty able to pick it easy. Flip over to Hamill covering. Retire Moore. 3-1 on the putout. 2 outs. And in avoiding the big inning in that first, maybe sets Hamill up for a clearer waters the rest of the way here. Hamill's a guy that the IronPigs saw a good bit the past couple of years when he was at the Syracuse Mets, and a bit of a surprising move. First pitch to Christian Cairo, slider top of the zone, called strike 0-1. Not surprising that the Mets called him up last year. That part, seems pretty standard for a prospect of his stature and caliber. Strike 1 pitch, Cairo fouls it back, 0-2, but the Mets called him up and then pretty immediately DFA'd him, which ended up kicking off a pretty wild course of events for Hamill, bouncing from organization to organization. He was claimed off waivers by the Orioles from the Mets, then DFA'd by Texas, and then claimed off waivers from Texas by the Yankees. Cairo swings the 0-2 and pops this one up. On the infield, up the first baseline, foul ground, catcher Sanchez gets under it about 20 feet up the first base side, puts it away, and the inning over. 1-2-3 frame for Tom Hamill. We go to the third. It's 1-0 IronPigs here at the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
So much to love and all this pride. That's why they
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. Take it out the rewind. Binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Whatever you do, do it like a cool site. Mountain Fit Refreshment. Need to chill. 2022 is Brewing Company, Boulder, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Score update presented by Ashley. Here in the International League, the IronPigs have a 1-0 lead over the Scranton RailRiders after 2. Thanks to Dylan Carlson, bases loaded walk. Other scores right now, 3-1 Buffalo ahead of Syracuse, bottom half of the third there. And the top of the third, the Toledo Mudhens ahead of Indianapolis, 4-0. Going to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Durham holds a lead over Nashville. Early action, scoreless top of the second between Charlotte and Gwinnett. 1-0 Norfolk with an early lead going bottom one against Jacksonville. Still one game to start tonight. It'll be St. Paul meeting the Omaha Storm Chasers. 3 finals from earlier today. Rochester defeats Worcester 9-4. Louisville downs Columbus 4-2. And in a low-scoring affair, Memphis shuts out Iowa 1-0. The IronPigs lead the RailRiders 1-0 after 2. We go out to the top half of the third at Coca-Cola Park. We'll send things back to Sam Jelnick.
Thank you, Jack. Like you said, we go to the top of the third. Drake Fellows is going to stay out there for the IronPigs with Max Lazar already warming out in the IronPigs bullpens. That tells us Fellows will probably be limited to 2 outs here in the third. Lazar will come on, finish the inning, and then probably come back out for another inning. Top of the order due up for Scranton Wilkes-Barre here. George Lombard Jr. flied out to the warning track and left his first time up. He leads it off. Fellows without a punch-out. First time through the order. Gave up 2 hits and 1 walk. First pitch slider to Lombard. This is down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Lombard, if I'm remembering correctly, ESPN sent out their updated top 50 prospects from Kylie McDaniel. Fastball is down and away to Lombard, ball 2. And McDaniel actually had Lombard at the number 10 spot, which if my recollection of the rest of the publications throughout the industry is accurate, 2-0 pitch. Lombard takes the fastball in the outside corner. 2-1 is probably the highest Lombard has ever ranked. It's pretty consistently a top 50 guy at this juncture, which Yankees just keep on producing. Top 50 prospect shortstops. 3-1. Looks at a changeup down and away. Slid his hand up the barrel to buttons, but easy take. course, before Lombard, Anthony Volpe, and Lombard doing it at even a more advanced age than what Volpe was doing it. Lombard's not going to turn 21 until the start of next month. 3-1 pitch, check swing, fastball up, and that's a ball. So ball forward, Lombard walks here to begin the third inning. And that is going to be it for Drake Fellows. He's not even going to be allowed to get 2 outs here in the third. He was just going to face one hitter. Issues the walk to Lombard. Tank Adamson, Pigs manager after the mound. Max Lazar already striding in from the Pigs bullpen. So we got a pitching change here. Drake Fellows in his Iron Pigs debut with 2+ scoreless innings, responsible for the man at first. With Max Lazar coming in out of the bullpen. We've got a pitching change. Go ahead, take a break. Be back in 60 seconds here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Basically, get out of the way.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
How does NBC Football Night in America cover that? Do you do something chronologically about Super Bowl, everything that's happened? Hopefully nothing else happens if you're a Patriots fan or Mike Vrabel. I don't know if anybody is asking for a Super Bowl rematch. I certainly wasn't. But you always give the defending Super Bowl champs the home opener starting the season. I probably would have looked at maybe a little better matchup there. But you're going to get eyes on this game anyway because it's the first game of the regular season. Now you throw in the Mike Vrabel element here. That might be more interesting than the Super Bowl rematch here. Because I didn't like the Super Bowl, therefore I'm not that interested in a Super Bowl rematch here. But give Seattle a chance. They want to raise the banner.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan and the Danettes and you.
Weekdays 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
You're listening to the Iron Pigs Radio Network.
Still on the top of the second, Iron Pigs leading the RailRiders 1-0. First pitching change of the day for the Pigs as Max Lazar makes his second rehab appearance of the week. Lazar's rehab is brought to you by the Good Shepherd Rehabilitation Network, the exclusive sponsor of Major League Rehab appearances at Coca-Cola Park. Nationally recognized experts in physical rehab, Good Shepherd gets you or your loved one back in the game, back to work, and back to everyday life following injury, illness, or surgery. For more, visit homerunrehab.org. Expertise, innovation, compassion, Good Shepherd. So Lazar threw back on Tuesday, was his third rehab appearance with the Iron Pigs. His rehab is now ongoing. Week 3 is pitched with, or week 4 maybe. My memory is actually right. Clearwater, Jersey Shore, Reading, and now the Iron Pigs. So he's hit every level here. Faces Yanquiel Fernandez, 2-hole hitter. First pitch breaking ball is chopped foul into the RailRiders dugout 0-1. Lazar got hit hard back on Tuesday. Gave up 3 runs, 2 earned on 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 1 homer. Homer was actually hit by the guy at the plate, Fernandez. Hanging splitter that was middle to. Throw to first. Back standing is Lombard. Fernandez went deep twice back on Tuesday, driving in 6. Lombard a speed threat at first, 4 for 6. Here at the RailRiders. Game 19 for him today. Bounces off the bag. Lazar, quick pitch home. It's down low. 1-1 Fernandez. Lazar began the year on the IL for the Phillies with a left oblique strain that he suffered during spring training. He's finally making his way back now on the 60-day IL. 1-1, fastball top of the zone. Outside corner, 1-2. 60-day IL, meaning he doesn't currently take up a 40-man spot. So when he gets activated, Phillies' 40-man roster currently full. That will necessitate a move there. Lombard again. Jumps off of first. 1-2 is not running. Breaking ball down the dirt. Fernandez not interested. 2-2. First 2 outings for Max with the Pigs were really good against Rochester. 3 scoreless in total. 3 hits, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. He works with a mid-90s fastball, can run it up there to 97 at times. A splitter, a knuckle curveball, and a high 80s cutter. Righty with a high set. 2-2. Lombard's running, and Fernandez fouls it back. Count will stay even. Lazar, 6'1", 200 pounds, has appeared with the Iron Pigs now. Rehab including this year, each of the past 3 seasons. Made his debut in 24, which also culminated in his major league debut, then accumulated most service time he ever had last year, mostly taking the roster spot of Jose Alvarado when he was suspended for 80 games last year. 2-2 on Fernandez, nobody out, top of the third, 1-0 IronPigs. Lazar, quick throw to first, and Lombard is back. So 2 disengagements from Max. Means that Lombard can be pretty aggressive at first here. Jittery off the bag, Reyes holding him on. Trying to coax a throw from Lazar, the pitch home, and Fernandez fouls it off. Lombard was kind of caught in between there. He was starting to run from first, then stopped halfway between first and second, and decided to get back. Lombard wears 2 sliding mitts, but unlike Stuart Baroa, whose sliding mitts are matching, Lombard's are not. He's got one that I think kind of looks like the ice cream cone. The other one's just a navy blue Adidas one. 2-2. Lombard not running, and Fernandez a line drive right center field. That's down for a hit. Baroa has it on the hop. Lombard trying to go first to third. The throw is cut off by Cairo. He'll keep it on the middle of the diamonds. And it's first and third. Nobody out for the RailRiders here at the top of the third inning. Man, that's got to be frustrating for the Czar because that splitter, although it was left up a little bit, actually ended up off the outside corner. The problem is Fernandez has the wingspan of a small velociraptor and was able to take a pitch off the corner and not only pull it, but hit a missile, 104 miles an hour off the bat. Men in the corners, nobody out. Middle infield will be back. Keyboom a step in at third base as Reyes holds on the runner at first. Batters Marco Luciano, and he's late on a first pitch cutter. He swings through it, 0-1. The runner at third is Drake Fellow's responsibility. Lazar responsible for Fernandez over at first. They all count the same on the scoreboard. Pigs protecting a 1-0 lead here. 0-1. Cutter just starts off the outside corner. McIntosh stuck it there for an extra seconds, hoping to coax the call from Dewerson, but no dice. Lazar high set. High leg kick, 1-1. Luciano checked the swing, fastball up, appeal to first. He wins. 96 from Lazar. It's good to see Max here towards the end of his rehab. The velo, the premium velo, is still in the tank for him, because that is truly when he is at his best. Brown glove set just below the chin. Fernandez from first, the 1-2. Cutter down and away. 2-2. Lazar is reaching the high 90s. He throws from such an odd arm angle, so much over the top. Gets that ride on it, seems like it's rising on you. So hard to hit. A little bit more velo gives you a little bit more margin for error. 2-2. Luciano, a ground ball the other way to his left. More gloves. It spins and throws to second, and he airmails it by Cairo all the way to the sidewall. Fernandez makes it to third, and into second is Luciano. And this game is tied at 1, with Lombard scoring from third base. And the RailRiders still in business, second and third, nobody out. Man, Moore had more time than I think he thought. So he tried to start that double play, could have planted his feet, but he tried to jump throw instead. Will be an RBI for Luciano here, as the runner from third would have scored no matter what. So second and third. Pitch home to the hitter. Oswaldo Cabrera is knocked down by Reyes at first, tries to recover, and he has no play. By the time he picked it up, Cabrera was steaming through first. Everybody is safe. It's an E3 on Reyes at first, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. And on back-to-back swings, the IronPigs defense capitulating here in the third inning. Moore unable to start the double play, and Reyes at first unable to get the out. It looked like the way he was trying to pick that on the back end is Paul McIntosh is going to go out to the mound and talk with Lazar here, trying to settle him in. Reyes was looking to pick that to be able to hold Fernandez at third base, but with nobody out in the inning, Fernandez was not running on contact. Looks like Alan Ronhell is going to start throwing out in the IronPigs bullpen. I never thought there would be a day that Ronhell would come into a dirty inning, but might be approaching that here. Lazar at 13 pitches and still nobody out here in the third. Tied at 1. Bases loaded. Infield plays halfway in here on Seth Brown. Left-handed hitter. First pitch knuckle curve. Misses down and in on him. Brown grounded out to first base. His first time up. Lazar knee to the chest. The 1-0. Fastball just up and away. Ball 2. It's a weird defensive alignment here for the Pigs, as Keyboom and Cairo are both just about all the way in on the left side, but Moore and Reyes on the right side are only halfway in. Respecting the power and the hard hit potential of the left-handed hitting Brown. 2-0 pitch. He swings, line drive, that's into right for a base hit. Should score 2 as it goes towards the corner. Carlson cuts it off, and actually it's only going to score 1. Stopping at third base is Luciano. Was he waiting for that ball to get all the way through? Carlson had to go all the way back to the warning track to cut that baseball off. The Pigs catch a humongous break. That should have easily scored a pair. But the RailRiders do take the lead on the RBI single for Seth Brown. It's 2-1 here in the top of the third inning. Batter is Ali Sanchez. Singled his first time up. Infield stays in. First pitch, he swings. It's a bouncer up the middle to his left. Shortstop Cairo gloves. He'll flip the second one to Moore and over to first in time for a 6-4-3 double play. Another run does come in to score, but the Pigs will trade that for 2 outs. And it's 3-1 RailRiders in the top of the third inning. Good job by Cairo realizing even with the infield in, that ground ball taking him up the middle, it's not going to get the out of the plate. And with the way the inning spiraled, get the 2 outs. So Luciano scores. Cabrera over to third base. Now the only runner on here. Batters Ernesto Martinez Jr. lined out center field his first time up. And first pitch curveball misses to him. No RBI for Sanchez, by the way, on the twin killing. And at third, 2 outs. 3-1 RailRiders here in the top of the third inning. 2 hits in the frame, plus 2 errors. 1-0 pitch. Fastball high and away. Ball 2. It's really hard to contain the big inning when you give another team 5 outs in a single frame. Looks like it's Kirby Sneed warming up out in the IronPigs bullpen for what would be his debut if Lazar can't get Martinez here. Pitch home, Martinez cracks it high in the air, deep to right. Back on it, Carlson, he's staring and watching, and that baseball is gone. Hanging cutter, Martinez went down and golfed it. 100 miles an hour off the bat, a 2-run shot, and it's a 5-run third inning just like that for Scranton. They lead 5-1 here in the top of the third inning. Martinez with 2 BBs off of his bat today. And Scranton making the Pigs pay for the miscues here in the frame. Was, of course, saying that only giving up 3 runs in the inning where you have 2 errors that should have been outs. Honestly, could have been worse. And, well, Martinez just gave you the worst-case scenario. Lazar will try to recompose, tie his shoe out on the mound here. Frustrating the throwing error from Moore, and then Reyes unable to pick the ball over at first base on a ground ball. Jonathan Ornelas, the 8th man to hit here in the third. Hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. Lazar the wide, first pitch. Ground ball over to third, under the glove of a diving Keyboom to his left, and that'll sneak into left for a base hit. So Ornelas, first pitch hacking, able to guide it into left. He's got his 5th hit of the week. It's all happening really fast for Max Lazar here. He's only thrown 21 pitches. Duke Ellis, 9th man to hit in the inning, the 8th one that Lazar has faced. And Tank Adamson going to emerge from the Pigs dugout here. He hasn't pointed to the bullpen yet. I'm not sure if Lazar is done or if Tank will use executive authority here to tell Lazar, hey, on your rehab, with we don't want you to throw any more than you really have to here. And Tank will ask for the baseball from Max. His rehab will come to a close here today. So Kirby Sneed will come in to make his Iron Pigs debut. Lazar hit around a little bit here in his rehab today, not helped by the 2 errors in the frame, posting a couple of unearned runs. We've got our second pitching change of the frame. Pigs go to the bullpen, back in 60 seconds here at the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
This is the Herd
You got to be consistent.
with Colin Cowherd.
And just because the NFL's well run doesn't mean they got the schedules figured out years ago. The Thanksgiving slate, my entire life, there's been that one game you nap to. You're not really a fan, you're more tryptophan. The NFL has really evolved on these holiday schedules, is that they don't just put games on. It is star quarterbacks. It is the biggest games. It's the best games. These are, Packers-Rams, that's the best game of the weekend. Oh, wait. Or is it Eagles and Cowboys? It's best game of the weekend. I mean, the Black Friday game, that would be second or third best game of the weekend. And look at the international games. 9 of them now. Remember when the international games were Jacksonville and another team that was slightly less boring than Jacksonville?
This is the Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
You're listening to the Iron Pigs Radio Network.
Still in the top of the third, it is now 5-1 Scranton Wilkes-Barre as RailRiders capitalizing on a pair of Pigs errors here in the third. Have played at a 5 spot off of Drake Fellows and Max Lazar. Kirby Sneed will come in out of the bullpen trying to end this inning. Sneed is not signed to a minor league free agent deal by the Phillies at the end of last week. He was in independent baseball last year with the Staten Island Ferry Hawks, had yet to pitch in any games yet this season, so this will be his 2026 debut. He was really good in indie ball last year. I'm surprised he didn't get any interest. See, in 37 games with Staten Island, was 0-3 with a 1.80 ERA out of the bullpen, 35 innings, 41 strikeouts, and only 8 walks for a guy who does have a good amount of major league service time. Southpaw, 6'1", 220. First pitch home to Duke Ellis is fouled to the backstop, with Ornelas at first taking off the pitch. So Sneed, the second pig arm to make his Iron Pigs debut today, following Drake Fellows, who opened this game. Five runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the RailRiders, 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 errors for the Iron Pigs. Sneed set at the chin, looks at first, kicks the leg high, 0-1. Slider gets a swing and a miss from Ellis, 0-2. Sneed was originally drafted by the Blue Jays in the 10th round of the 2016 draft out of the University of Florida, where he was a very good reliever, team that had some pretty good postseason runs. Throw over to first, caught leaning as Ornelas. He takes off for second, slips and falls in between first and second, throws to Reyes, throws to Cairo, but Ornelas gets back to first as nobody's covering. And that won't go down as an error. It'll be a mental miscue, and that'll draw the boos here from the Pigs faithful. Well, the way the inning is gone, obviously some bit of consternation in the crowd, the way that the defense has performed this inning. Still 0-2 on Ellis here. Sneed will try to do it himself. 0-2, swing and a miss. So it takes him just 1 extra pitch following the almost pickoff of Ornelas at first, and the inning is over. But the RailRiders score 5 runs, taking advantage of 2 Iron Pigs errors. And we go to the bottom of the third. It's 5-1 Iron Pigs here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Shop unbeatable deals on the hottest styles during Ashley's Memorial Day sale. Save up to 20% store-wide or take advantage of 60 months no-interest financing with no minimum purchase. Plus, explore doorbuster savings, whether you're refreshing one space or your entire home. Now is the time to save big with these incredible holiday savings. Save up to 20% or enjoy 60 months no interest financing. These Memorial Day deals won't last long. Don't miss out. Happening now at Ashley.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Odd Couple with Ron Parker and Kelvin Washington.
I get the Joe Burrow love and what he was able to do. Remember, he got hurt his first year. The second year he comes back, leads that franchise to a Super Bowl. We know the history. Marvin Lewis, when he was there, had a good Bengals team. They lost 7 straight playoff games eventually, right? He got by. They just couldn't win a playoff game. He comes along and changes everything, okay? I know he's been banged up and whatnot, but I'm sorry, the last few years, that team's defense, despite all of the offense that they have and the receivers and Joe Burrow and whatnot, I must be missing something. I just don't have that feel that the Bengals are going to be doing what people think that they should be expecting big things from them. I really don't.
This is The Odd Couple with Ron Parker and Kelvin Washington. Weekdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
You're listening to IronPigs Baseball, presented by Ashland, the largest furniture store brand in North America. On Fox Sports Radio 94.7 FM, 12:30 a.m. and streaming at lvfoxsports.com.
Bottom of the third, it's the RailRiders 5 and the IronPigs 1 here. The pitch home from Dom Hamill. Stuart Baroa, cutter, missing off the plate, ball 1. Alan Ronhell starting to throw out in the IronPigs bullpen, so Kirby Sneed, his IronPigs debut won't be short-lived here. Good enough, got a punch out. Pitch home to Baroa, switch hitter batting left. It's a fastball just on the outside corner. 1-1. Baroa singled and scored his first time up, and the bases loaded chance the Pigs had in the first, now suddenly looming all that much larger here. They got one run out of it, but it feels like if they wanted to get Hamill early, that was the spot. 1-1, slow curveball at 71, loops in right down the middle. 1-2. So Ronhell, who this will be the second time this year that he'll work out of the bullpen kind of later in the game. 1-2 from Hamill to Baroa, swing and a miss. Got him with a slow breaker again, this time down dirt. Catcher Sanchez will have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout. He does. Fourth punch out of the game for Dom Hamill. 1 out. If you're curious, at the top of the third, only one of those 5 runs ended up being earned. So that was the run that was charged to Fellows after walking Lombard to begin the inning. The 4 runs that Max Lazar then allowed were all unearned. Felix Reyes singled his first time up. Swings in the first pitch here, golfs it high in the air, out to left field, not too deep. Martinez back a step or 2, will now come a step or 2 in, make the catch. Reyes, 1 pitch, he is retired. 2 outs, and it's frustrating, of course, for the Pigs' errors, period, but for them to happen in the manner in which they did, plays that have to be made. More of the double play chance for Reyes, the weak chopper over to first. 2 outs, bases empty for Carter Kieboom. Takes a look at a sweeper down low. Hamill looking for the second straight 1-2-3 inning here, as he's actually retired 6 in a row now. First base side of the rubber, winds, delivers. Kieboom chops it foul at the plate. 1-1. Doesn't feel like this was enough time for Alan Ronhell to get loose out in the bullpen, so he might get the entirety of the 4th to get loose and then throw the 5th through the 9th. Hamill's 1-1. Kieboom, a line shot, deep straightaway center, chasing Ellis back towards the warning track, reaches up, can't make the catch, falls straight onto his belly. Kieboom around second, he's trying for 3, relay from the RailRiders is dropped. Cabrera had it in his glove, he had a chance to throw out Kieboom, but Carter with a headlong dive, in without a play at third base with a 2-out triple. Ellis gave it all he could out in center, reaching up for it, left his feet, and ended up with a face full of padded wall. And Kieboom with the second straight day with a triple for the IronPigs, a team that only had 3 triples coming into the week. So he's at third, 2 outs, and now Brian De La Cruz will hit with a man in scoring position. Second time today. He struck out on 3 pitches, looked at all 3 of them. Right-handed hitter, open stance, first delivery, and Hamill just scalps the outside corner. For whatever reason, Hamill is locked in against De La Cruz today. He has not missed a spot against him. Wonder if as a hitter you feel that. Everybody always talks about, this guy has my number. Strike one pitch. De La Cruz ambushes a hanging breaking ball. Clubs it deep left field. It's high. It's deep. It's gone. Two-run homer, Brian De La Cruz. The first time he swings the bat today, he goes deep for the second consecutive day. The IronPigs right back in this one. On the two-run shot, trail at 5-3 here in the bottom of the third. De La Cruz with his 7th of the season, now with 28 RBIs. That breaking ball just backed up on Hamill a little bit. And De La Cruz able to turn on it, clearing the bullpens out left. It's a little two-out thunder, first a triple, now two-run homer. Just like that, we've got a two-run game here. First pitch, Dylan Carlson, back foot slider, has him stumbling out of the box. 1 ball, no strikes. Carlson, switch hitter batting left, drove in the first run of the game with a bases loaded walk. Wind in the 1-0 pitch. Fastball below the kneecaps. Ball 2. IronPigs for the holiday weekend, Memorial Day coming up, have a new home run hat celebration. They have the juice bucket, which is, it's a limited edition designer. Pitch to Carlson. It's a sweeper for a strike, 2-1. Authentically designed by the Pigs Clubhouse. Double bubble bucket that says, I got juice. 2-1. Carlson able to lay off. Sweeper down and in. Except for this weekend, they have added to it a oversized Uncle Sam hat. 3-1 pitch. Carlson just gets under it. A sky-scraping pop-up. Shallow center. Shortstop Lombard out. He's calling for it. Settles under it. Makes the catch. And the inning over. But the Pigs, a 2-run homer from Brian De La Cruz. Do answer back somewhat here in the frame. Making it a 2-run game. Go to the 4th. It's 5-3 RailRiders here on the Pigs Radio Network. Presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Hey campers, it's Jan from Toyota. This summer, we're headed to Camp Toyota. And the fun starts now. We're kicking things off by kicking up fun. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a 4Runner. Next, we're heading to the hot springs in a RAV4. And finally, mark your tundras and tacomas around the campfire because we're roasting marshmallows. They're coming right there.
Dealer in Detroit Mayberry, spinning Toyota dealer agents. Event history first. Toyota, let's go places. There is no better place to get your high-school senior portraits than digital photographic imaging. In a world-winning studio located at 1321 North 18th Street in Allentown. Studio, outdoor, on-location stick options are available. Check them out on the web at allentownphotography.com or give them a call at 44268-1082. Whether it's high school senior portraits, prom or reunion, banquet or trade show, digital photographic imaging will be able to capture moments for a lifetime. Digital photographic imaging, the official photographer of the Lehigh Valley IronPigs.
Hi, IronPigs fans. I'm Linda Kawardi. I work in human resources at Air Products. I live in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, and I'm proud to support MDA.
Air Products, working here, living here, giving. Hi, IronPigs fans. I'm Nick Mitica. I work in hydrogen energy systems at Air Products. I live in Zionsville, and I'm proud to support community bike work. Air Products, working here, living here, giving.
You're listening to the IronPigs Radio Network.
Top of the 4th, time for the RAV 4th inning, brought to you by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com and visit your local Tri-State Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go Pigs. Alan Rodhell takes over on the mound here for the Pigs, replacing Kirby Sneed. Sneed, in his IronPigs debut, couldn't have gone better. 1 hitter, 3 pitches, 3 strikes, a punch-out to wrap up the 3rd. RailRiders with 5 in the 3rd. Rodhell taking over for the 4th. It's the second time this year Allen is working out of the bullpen. The righty winds and deals to George Lombard, leading off for a second straight inning. And the first pitch slider. This is down the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Now, the reason why Ronhell is working out of the bullpen today is just to kind of keep things fresh for him. Line to the 1-0 pitch. Fastball way high. Ball 2. Expose him to different scenarios, different situations, knowing that one of the more likely cases for Ronhell to go up to the big leagues is for him to be pitching out of the bullpen. 2-0 pitch. Lombard with a weak tapper up the third base side. That's a fair ball. Keyboom in front of the bag, gloves it, throws in the run, and just gets the speedy Lombard at first. That is not an easy play for Carter Keyboom, whose momentum takes him all the way down to home plate. A lot of things working against Keyboom there, let alone Lombard's speed. The angle at which Keyboom had to field that, cutting in front of third, trying to tiptoe around the bag and get some semblance of momentum towards first, not easy. 1 away to begin the fourth. Brings up Yanquiel Fernandez, who's already 2 for 2 today. First pitch changeup. This is down away to him. Ronhell last worked out of the bullpen back on May the 9th against Buffalo. He took the loss that day. 5 innings, 3 runs, 8 hits, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. 1-0. Fernandez windmills away at a changeup down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ronhell, a 4-pitch mix, four-seam fastball, changeup, slider, and curveball. 1-1. Changeup fades down and in. Ball 2. Pigs will basically look for Ronhell to essentially cover the rest of the game here. Now, the thinking is not only give Ronhell the opportunity to experience a different scenario. 2-1. Fernandez waits out the changeup and yanks it deep down the right field line, but it hooks just foul. Fernandez, who is a fastball killer, nearly waits out hanging breaking ball. This is essentially pitching in reverse for the Pigs, where instead of seeing how long Ronhell will last into the game and seeing whether or not you can fit in Fellows, Lazar, and Sneed, you essentially use those guys first and then have Ronhell do the rest. 2-2. Fernandez keeps this one fair, golfs it high in the air, deep right, and it's out of here in a hurry. His third of the week as he waits back in the changeup and just hits a laser out to right. 105 off the bat. RailRiders answer back. It's 6-3 here in the top of the fourth. And with Fernandez's swing, his 12th of the season there, Ronhell stopping the mound. I felt like, unfortunately for Pigs and Ronhell, a match made in heaven. Because Fernandez just gets out on the front foot and tries to pull everything to the right side, and he gets it airborne. Ronhell stuff is, if nothing else, pullable. Sometimes it's hard to hit, but when you can hit it and get it in the air, well, it can go a long way. 1 out, the base is empty for Marco Luciano. Takes a swing at the first pitch, fouls it off the plate. So Fernandez with the solo shots. That's the 6th homer of the season allowed by Ronhell after he gave up 29 last year, which is actually the IronPigs single-season franchise record. The righty kicks and deals to Luciano. Gets him to swing and miss. Chases down and out of the zone. Oh, 2. Ronhell this season, this is now his 9th appearance. 0-2 pitch. Fastball, a hair down and away. Of the 9 appearances, Ronhell has allowed 3 or more runs in only 1 of them. And he's actually allowed 2 or fewer runs in 6 of 8. 1-2 pitch. Slider just a little bit low. Ball 2. Scranton was a team that was hit and miss for Ronhell all of last year. Good news is for Ronhell, 2-2. Change up in the dirt. Luciano not interested. Full count. Only 4 guys have actually seen Ronhell before, which is amazing when you think about that Ronhell has faced the RailRiders each of the past 3 seasons now. How much turnover there really is at AAA level. 3-2. Change up in the dirt, slider in the dirt rather, and Luciano, after falling behind 0-2, ends up working the walk. He's aboarded first with Oswaldo Cabrera coming up next. The only guys who have seen Ronhell before are Oswaldo Cabrera who had 3 at-bats against him, Duke Ellis, who faced him twice last year, Ernesto Martinez Jr., 3 ABs, and Aldi Sanchez, who had 2 at-bats, although that was when he was with Buffalo. So of guys who have actually seen Rangel while wearing RailRiders navy blue and white is not many. First pitch fastball chisels the outside corner to Oswaldo Cabrera, 0-1. Cabrera, switch hitter, batting left, reached on a fielder's choice, or rather an error. It's first time up. One strike on him. Rangel throw over to first, and he spikes it to Reyes, who somehow keeps it in front. He picked it, jumping straight up in the air, out of the way of it. Kind of looked like Mario trying to hit one of the power-up boxes above his head, but Reyes makes the play. Infield plays Cabrera to pull here. It's 6-3. Scranton Wilkes-Barre in the top of the 4th. 0-1, runner goes, change up, caught on and missed. Throw to second from McIntosh's knees, and he got him. And it looks like Luciano might have pulled something on his way to second. So I was wondering why he was going into second standing up, and it looks like it's because he pulled something on his way out of the chute. So stolen base for McIntosh was a good throw, and you can see Luciano's, he was looking in, yeah, he just pulls up lane there. That is not a good sign. He will walk back to the dugout with a trainer, and I would not expect him to be back, or doesn't matter if he's out on the field. He's DHing today. But next time his spot in the lineup comes up, probably won't be Marco Luciano here. So tough break for the RailRiders. Ends up as the second out here of the 4th. 0-2 on Cabrera. Rangel looking to limit things here in the 4th. 2-strike pitch. Change up in the dirt. 1-2. Run home in the inning on the Yanquiel Fernandez solo homer, his 3rd of the week. Pigs scored twice in the bottom of the 3rd. Getting back into this game on the day of the Cruz long ball. Rangel will stay from the stretch here. 2 outs. And before the 1-2, Cabrera calls time and steps out. One and 2 on Cabrera. Rangel steps into his wind. 1-2. Foul back. One and 2 on Cabrera. Rangel tries again. Curveball misses off the plate. And Rangel's curveball, that one was at 76. He's been throwing his curveball more often and also harder than ever before. Past couple of years, that pitch averaged about 72 miles an hour. It's averaging 76 his past couple of starts. 2-2, changeup bounces in. Cabrera not interested. Count is full. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball by him. Cabrera looking for something soft. Rangel gets his first strikeout out of the bullpen. 2 in the 4th. But a solo homer for Yanquiel Fernandez. Against the RailRiders, a 3-run lead again. We go bottom 4, 6-3 Scranton. Here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
From the Wilkes-Barre Easton Honda Studios, this is Fox Sports Radio. Clinton Acura and Wilkes-Barre Easton Honda, 2 trusted names, 1 goal, 5-star customer service.
Find unbeatable savings on the season's hottest styles during Ashley's Memorial Day event. Save up to 20% on all beautifully crafted Ashley furniture, or take advantage of 60 months no-interest financing with no minimum purchase. Ready for better sleep? Enjoy free upgrades on select adjustable bases and get king-size comfort for queen-size pricing on select Ashley mattresses. These limited-time Memorial Day deals won't last, so now's the moment to upgrade your home in a big way. Shop today at Ashley.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Listen, it is not too late to stop this. Do not do this. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. It's damn near perfect. It's beautiful as it is. Stop trying to fix what ain't broke. Stop telling me that the tournament isn't the tournament unless the 15th place team in the SEC gets in. Stop jerking with the best event in all of sports. You
Pigs. The Jim Rome Show podcast.
What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
We're celebrating 25 years of covering Lehigh Valley sports. Moments like state championships for Parkland and Bethlehem Catholic in boys volleyball. Covering the biggest moments in Lehigh Valley sports for 25 years. This is Fox Sports Radio, 94.7 FM and 12:30 AM in Easton.
You're listening to IronPigs Baseball, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America, on Fox Sports Radio 94.7 FM, 12:30 AM, and streaming at lbfoxsports.com.
The RAV fourth inning drafts along brought to you by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com and visit your local Tri-State Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go Pigs. Bottom four, IronPigs trailing Scranton now 6-3 out after the Fernandez solo homer. First pitch home to Dylan Moore from Tom Hamill. This is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. This is the first time here at home that we have had the pleasure of having all three of our similarly named guys in the lineup. Moore swings through the 1-0 pitch, 1-1. You have Dylan Carlson batting 6th. You have Dylan Moore batting 7th. And then you have Robert Moore batting 9th. 1-1 pitch. Moore off the hands, fouls it back, up and over the screen, and towards the seats. So when you put the Venn diagram together, on one end, you have Dylan Carlson. On the other end, you have Robert Moore. And in the middle, you have Dylan Moore. Trying to keep them straight, thankfully, has been easy. 1-2, fastball up and in, almost hit him on the hands. 2-2, and thankfully, both Dylans spell their name the same. Otherwise, I'd be in a heap of trouble trying to remember which one was which. Thankfully, there aren't that many ways to spell Moore. 2-2 on Moore here to begin the fourth. The pitch fouled off the mask. The catcher Sanchez rang his bell a little bit. Past couple of years, we have had guys with the same name. You know, this year, Gene and Genesis Cabrera. You have the Mercados, Oscar and Michael. 2-2 again. Moore checks the swing, sweeper down the way. Good take. Moore was punched out looking on basically the same pitch his first time up. Typically, we have similarly named guys. Somebody's going to end up with a nickname. 3-2 off the end of the bat. Moore able to spoil it backhand into the crowd. Robert Moore, Bobby Moe. He was with Arkansas, Moore known as Big Game Bob. So many Bob options. 3-2. Moore unloads on it, but he's way out in front. Hooks it down the left field side. Foul ball. Count remains full. For Dylan Moore, you got Demo. Typically a nickname for somebody like that. Carlson. Just call him Carl. So if you want to keep them separate, you can. Payoff pitch. Moore, the fly ball, center field. Ellis, step or two back, now fading to his left. He makes the catch. And Dylan Moore is the first out here of the fourth. It's a shame down in the minors we don't get to do like a players weekend type deal. Guys put nicknames on the back of their jersey, although it always is sad to see how many guys don't have like a true nickname, so they just shorten their name to whatever it is that somebody calls them, you know, just around the clubhouse. I wish there was like just a little bit more thought put into it. First pitch to Paul McIntosh. It's on the inside corner, 0-1. Although I feel like I'm throwing stones from a glass house, given that my nickname growing up was just Jelly. Pitch to McIntosh. He unloads deep down the left field line, hooking towards the corner. It is a foul ball. Just a little out in front. McIntosh nearly sends it out of here. It's nothing more than a loud strike. 0-2. Jelinek just shortens Jelly. Although, you know, adding a Y to that creates a whole new fun brand of noun, which is the jelly, as in the condiment. Pitches in the dirt, 1-2. So that's sometimes shot off to instead calling me Smuckers. Thankfully, there aren't that many other brands of jelly. Or at least ones that are name recognizable. 1-2 pitch. McIntosh slams it foul on the right field side. Count stays 1-2. Pigs trail 6-3 here in the bottom of the fourth. For Paul McIntosh, for me, what comes to mind nickname-wise is always Apples. McIntosh Apples. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball snuck it by him. Fifth strikeout of the game for Tom Hamill. 2 outs, nobody on. Brings up Robert Moore, also known as Bobby Moe, Robert Morris, Big Game Bob, Barrel Bobby. Switch hitter batting left. Hamill, the wind, first pitch, fastball right down the chute. 0-1, 6-3, Scranton Wilkes-Barre here in the bottom of the fourth. Both teams have scored in each of the last 3 half innings. 2 outs, nobody on for the Pigs. 0-1, Hamill with a changeup down the dirt. 1-1. Now, Robert Moore, doesn't go by too much of a nickname here, but I do appreciate that he does wear the number 4, which rhymes with Robert Moore. 1-1. Hamill almost carves out a little niche on the inside corner. Cutter off the plate. Ball 2. Two-one pitch. Fastball just in off the plate again here as they're trying to bust more in on the hands, but able to lay off. Top of the order, Christian Cairo is on deck. Hamill working quick to the plate. Moore swings and rolls over it. Back of the bag at first. Down to a knee. Brown gloves. Underhand flip to Hamill covering. Retires Moore. And the inning over. Pigs go down in order as Hamill with the scoreless fourth. On to the fifth. 6-3 Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Here on the Pigs Radio Network. Presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Hey campers, it's Jan from Toyota. This summer, we're headed to Camp Toyota, and the fun starts now. We're kicking things off by kicking up fun. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a 4Runner. Next, we're
Sam Smucker's Jelly Jump.
Exactly.
Yes. That's it. In fact, I'll only refer to you now as that lengthy long.
Toyota, let's go places. The scoreboard. Our hopes and dreams rest on the outcome, but it doesn't show the sacrifice it takes to reach or the pain of accepting defeat. Because the real score isn't about points. It's about how many times you come back from impossible odds. Here for all the moments that matter. The name trusted for over 80 years and accepted by top doctors and specialists. Capital Blue Cross. Live fearless.
Have a home run of a summer right here at home, because in Pennsylvania, a real getaway is never far away. Get back to nature in the Pennsylvania wilds, where you can experience some of the darkest skies in the Northeast. Make a splash as you float down a scenic river with your crew, or hike your way through Pennsylvania's 124 state parks. Unplug this summer and unwind your...
By the way, at least you had a nickname. My name's too short to even have one.
Is it PA?
8 letters doesn't give you much runway.
You're listening to the IronPigs Radio Network.
Top of the fifth, IronPigs trailing the RailRiders by 3. Alan Rodhell will try to keep the 3-run deficit here. Seth Brown, Ali Sanchez, and Ernesto Martinez Jr. 2 up. Rare off day for the Phillies earlier today as they get the off day in the middle of a homestand. Seth Brown leading things off, RBI single. His last time up, Rodhell the winds. First pitch curveball down the dirt to him. 1 ball, no strikes. Brown singling off of Max Lazar. RailRiders, 5 of their 6 runs in the third, 4 of them unearned. Pigs 2 critical errors in that frame. 1-0 fastball. This is outside ball 2, and at least early, Rodhell, his command, just not sharp. He's walked 1, and now at 22 pitches, only 10 strikes. 2-0 pitch. Got a swing and a miss out of ground, though. Changeup out in front. 2 balls and a strike, and sometimes even for Rodhell, being in the zone too much can be an issue. 2-1 pitch. Off the end of the bat, a roller out to second. Moore waits back on it, down to a knee. Gloves, throws to first in time. Brown is retired. One out here to begin the fifth. It's a fine line for Ron Hell to walk, and it felt like more so in the fourth. A lot of the pitches missing for him, trying to get Chase out of the strike zone, and RailRiders just weren't obliging. One out, nobody on for Ali Sanchez. First pitch slider backs up off the inside corner. Ball one. And in those cases, it's about diagnosing, okay, why aren't we getting Chase? Why isn't Ron Hell getting guys chased out of the zone? Is it, the sequencing isn't what you need it to be? Is it an instance of guys are just getting good takes? Pitch is just missing by too much. Ron Hell, long wait. Now the 1-0 coming. Slider down and in. Ball two. In the case of this at bat early to Sanchez, it's just, two mis-executed sliders here. Ron Hell with his chest facing third base. Steps into the windup. 2-0 coming. Sanchez tries to ambush the fastball. Rips right through it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sun's starting to set over our heads, out to the left, over the ballpark. A little pinkish hue out in the horizon. 2-1. Sanchez rolls over, grounded to short. Cairo able to collect, take his time, throw to first, get Sanchez by a mile. 2 outs. But even falling behind here in the inning, hasn't impeded Ron Hell. Got a couple of weak ground ball outs. 2 outs, nobody on for Ernesto Martinez Jr., who homered off of Max Lazar's last time up. Now, maybe it's a Yankees philosophy, and it's what they're trying to do down here. First pitch. Fastball is on the outside corner. 0-1. Down in the dirt. 1-1. Martinez, like Yanquiel Fernandez, is unbelievably lanky as he ambushes the 1-1, crushes it deep center. Baroa throws now going back onto the track, over the shoulder. It's off his glove as he bangs into the fence. Martinez gliding around second. He's trying for third. The relay from Moore. He'll hold on to it as Martinez in with a headlong dive with a triple. And a little bit of the late break by Baroa in center cost him. So you could see him freeze, finally react. He got back towards the warning track and reached out to make the catch, but by the time it hit his glove, he was going face first into the fence. Man at third, 2 outs. Jonathan Ornelas is the hitter, 1 for 2 today. And now Ron Hell will step off, and it is a pitch clock violation on Ron Hell, as I think he was trying to discern whether or not he had established himself on the mound in a proper manner and was not going to balk here, because Ron Hell has had trouble with balks with runners at third base since his windup looks like he's starting from the stretch position, then he steps into the windup. Going from the stretch fully here. First pitch fastball to Ornelas. This is outside, ball 1. Or 2-0 now to Ornelas out from a changeup 2-1. Ball 1 being the pitch clock violation here. Ornelas 1 for 2, singled back in the third. Man at third, 2 outs, 6-3 RailRiders, top of the fifth. The pitch home, it's lined back through the box and into center for a base hit. So the RailRiders capitalize on the 2-out triple. Martinez trots on home from third, and Ornelas, an RBI single. It's his 6th hit of the week, and it's now a 4-run lead again for Scranton, 7-3 here in the top of the fifth. And at first, 2 outs. Duke Ellis, 9-hole hitter, 0 for 2 today. He's actually the only Rail Rider yet to reach base. First pitch fastball, a little high to him. So a run in each of the first 2 innings against Ron Hell here today. And the run here in the 5th, honestly, is a bit more painful than the one that happened in the 4th. So a little homer to Fernandez. Ellis open stance from the left side. Ornelas leads. 1-0. Changeup fades off the plate. Ball 2. Infield plays Ellis to pull, except for Keyboom. In at third, runner goes from first, pitches up and away for a ball. The throw to second is late. Not a terrible pitch for McIntosh to throw on. Fastball up and in, or up and away. But too good of a jump for Ornelas there. Able to swipe the base. That's his 4th stolen base of the season, and he's yet to be caught. Running game has been a bit of a thorn in the side of Ron Hell's for the past couple of years here, and how aggressive Scranton is in the bases, you expected them to take their chances here today. 3-0 pitch. Ellis, a 3-0 daddy hack and a changeup. Comes up empty. 3-1. Game of baseball has changed. The 9-hole hitter, the ambush. 3-0 green light. 3-1 coming. And Ellis off the end of the bat, a ground ball up the middle, ramps off the mound. Cairo has to readjust to it, but he gloves and throws first off balance to retire Ellis, and the inning is over. RailRiders, though, coax a 2-out run following the triple. We go to the bottom of the 5th, halfway home. It is 7-3 RailRiders here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Shop unbeatable deals on the hottest styles during Ashley's Memorial Day sale. Save up to 20% store-wide or take advantage of 60 months no-interest financing, no minimum purchase. Plus, explore doorbuster savings, whether you're refreshing one space or your entire home. Now is the time to save big with these incredible holiday savings. Save up to 20% or enjoy 60 months no-interest financing. These Memorial Day deals won't last long. Don't miss out. Happening now at Ashley.
Score update presented by Ashley is now the IronPigs trailing RailRiders 7-3 halfway through. Other internationally contests tonight, Syracuse's battle back tied things at 4 against Buffalo, now in the bottom of the 6th. Top of the 6th inning, Toledo still ahead of Indianapolis 4-0. In a rain delay in the bottom of the 5th inning, Durham leads Nashville comfortably 6-0. Bottom of the 4th, Gwinnett ahead of Charlotte 3-2. They have the bases loaded there. Jacksonville's running off 6 unanswered runs. Joe Busher leads Norfolk 6-1. In the bottom of the 4th, 2-1 St. Paul ahead of Omaha, top 4 there. 3 finals earlier today. Rochester hangs 9 and Worcester beating them 9-4. Louisville defeats Columbus 4-2. And Memphis blanks Iowa, downing the Cubs 1-0 to the Redbirds. IronPigs trailing the Scranton Wilkes-Barre RailRiders 7-3. Head to the bottom of the 5th at Coca-Cola Park. Back to Sam Jonas.
Thank you, Jack. Like you said, halfway through this one on a beautiful, what has turned into a beautiful night here at Coca-Cola Park, sun setting out beyond the left field fence with beautiful cotton candy-esque sky with an orange kiss flavor to it. Pigs, though, trail 7-3, back to a 4-run deficit. Scranton with 5 at the top of the 3rd took the lead. Pigs with 2 in the bottom of the 3rd on the Daily Cruz homer. Got it back to a 2-run game, but Scranton chipping away. Now back in front by 4 here. Tom Hamill back to work. Spins the first pitch, sweepers, a little bit high. It's Christian Cairo. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the order for the Pigs. Hamill, 3rd time through here. It's now at 71 pitches. 1-0. Cairo with a high chopper over to 3rd on the bounce. Ornelas off the line there to glove it. Set the feet. Will Crow hop over to 1st in time. Gets Cairo, who falls to 0 for 3 today. Christian has only failed to reach base in 2 games this month. One out and nobody on for Stuart Baroa. 1 for 2, singled and scored back in 1st. Switch hitter batting left, Hamill delivers home. Breaking ball up high. 1-0 on Baroa. Field plays some pull here. 1-0. Fastball on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wonder what it's like for Hamill, having been claimed off waivers by both the Orioles and the Rangers, but never actually appearing in a game for them. 1-1. Pushes Baroa off the plate, ball 2. It's not even not appearing in a game for the Major League club. Didn't appear in a game at all in the minors. Was he ever issued gear? Even meet anybody? 2-1. Baroa, hard ground ball up the middle. Sounded like it clipped off a Hamill, but it sneaks into center by a diving Lombard for a base hit. And Baroa, bluffing around first, will dart back to the bag with a one-out single. Sounded like Hamill might have just gotten a small piece of that. Couldn't get the glove down in time. And Baroa with a base hit. One out, nobody on here. First pitch is down and away to Felix Reyes. Reyes 1 for 2 today. A bloop single back in the first, and he flied to left in the third. 1-0 coming. Sweeper over the heart of the plate. (7-3) RailRiders out hitting the Pigs 9-5 here. Throw over to first. Baroa froze for a moment, but he's back. Plenty of time to spare. Pigs with 2 errors, the RailRiders 1. Both errors critical in that 5-run third inning for Scranton that led to 4 unearned runs. Hamill takes a look at first. The righty comes set. Black glove set just below the letters. Another throw over, and Baroa again scampers back. Reyes 2 homers yesterday, driving in 4 runs, trying to kickstart the offense again here in the 5th. Hamill's 1-1, and Reyes clobbers it high in the air, deep straightaway center. Ellis back to the track at the wall. Felix Reyes has gone yard again. His 3rd in 2 games, and the Iron Pigs back to within 2 again. Reyes with his team best 9th of the season, now up to 22 RBIs, goes dead central. 420 off right off the batter's eye, 107 off the bat. Just didn't know if it was going to have the height, and Ellis going back. Man, if he had gotten a jump on it, I think he might have had a chance to bring it back, but Felix deposits it right over the yellow line in center. He's pumped up down the dugout. 7-5 game here in the bottom of the 5th. First one home to Carter Keyboom. Cuts on and misses. 0-1. That's the shot in the arm the Pigs needed. Sometimes the mark of a special player is when you really need something from them. Pitches up high, 1-1. Let alone the clutch moments, Bryce Harper, Bedlam at the bank type of moments, but the kind of unsung, get a team back into a game moments. 1-1 pitch. Keyboom fouls it off his foot. 1-2 where you say, man, big hit here would help turn the tide, get some momentum. Guy comes through and Reyes does it again. One and two on Carter Keyboom. Carter, a walk and a triple today. Tripled and scored back in the 3rd inning. Hamill kicks, delivers. Fastball up and away. It's the 3rd straight outing now that Hamill has allowed multiple homers. He's given up 10 now this season. Keyboom swings and misses. Sweeper up, foul tip. Held on to by Sanchez. 2 outs, and Hamill at 84 pitches has nobody up in the bullpen behind him here. Although I would expect the RailRiders to get somebody stretching just a little in case somebody gets on base. Brian De La Cruz is the hitter. De La Cruz hit a 2-run homer off of Hamill back in the 3rd. Hamill, the righty, winds and deals. Sweeper on the outside corner. 0-1. 6 strikeouts. Now in the game for Hamill today, that ties a season high for him. Line to the 0-1 pitch. Fastball blew it by him. De La Cruz late. Swings through that. 0-2. 2-strike pitch. Hamill looking for the outside edge. He misses. 1-2. One and two on De La Cruz. 7-5 Scranton here in the bottom of the fifth. Hamill cranks, delivers. De La Cruz just gets a piece of it. Fouling it back. Fastball up and away. Might have been off the plate, but was at least worth protecting against. And before the next 1-2, De La Cruz calls time. At least he tried to. Now Hamill throws home. The pitch is high. And now all of a sudden, Jared Dewerson is saying that De La Cruz got time called. What in the world was that? So the count will stay 1-2 here. 2 outs. 2 runs in for the Pigs in the fifth. The 1-2. Just down and away. De La Cruz following that in every inch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hamill turns now to the plate. Fouled off catcher Sanchez. Hamill now the 90 pitch threshold, and still nobody is throwing in earnest yet out in the RailRiders bullpen. Hamill this season, the most pitches he's thrown was 95. Couple starts back in Worcester. Peers in for the sign from Sanchez. 2-2. Check swing. Slider outside. And De La Cruz, great at bat, has worked at full. And should De La Cruz reach base, a mound visit's probably on tap next. Payoff pitch. De La Cruz fights off another. Late on the fastball, he caught a lot of the play, but he spoils it to the backstop. That was the 8th pitch of the at-bat there. Three-two again. Fouled back again. And we'll go to a 10th pitch. First extended battle that Hamill has had to deal with today. Dylan Coleman is throwing out in the RailRiders bullpen. 10th pitch, the at-bat to De La Cruz. The 3-2, fouled back. 3rd straight foul ball to the screen by De La Cruz. Turns this all the way to the 11th pitch. Dylan Carlson on deck. Hamill about to throw his 95th pitch of the game here. 7-5 RailRiders, bottom of the fifth. The 3-2 again, and De La Cruz fouls it off again. Popped out a play down the first base side and into the seats. Hamill, De La Cruz, the 3-2 again. Outside ball 4. What a plate appearance for Brian De La Cruz. Wins the 12-pitch battle to earn a walk. It's the second walk of the game issued by Hamill, and it looks like ultimately it is going to be his last. Shelly Duncan has popped out of the RailRiders dugout, and is he going to go get Hamill or not? The infield was coming in, and now Shelly, who had stopped walking, will resume his trot out to the mound, and Dylan Coleman will come in from the bullpen for Scranton Wilkes-Barre as Shelly very deliberately, step by step, takes his marching orders to the mound, take the baseball from Tom Hamill, and we will have a, or will we not? Shelly has not asked for the baseball yet here. And home plate umpire Jared Dewerson will come and break up the meeting, and now Shelly will call the bullpen. Second time this week he's done that. Kind of seems to be the new MO for him. So we got a pitching change. Go ahead, take a break, and we'll be back in 60 seconds with a new arm on the mound for the RailRiders. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Iron Pigs Baseball here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
This is Two Pros and a Cup of Joe.
Because I know you guys want to go down and do wins and losses for each team. If that's the case, let me know. I'm going to keep storm. To be a part of that, but there's a lot of people that do that. And it feels like there's been such a premium to put the best matchups and the best games in those Netflix windows, holiday windows, Monday Night Football, Thursday night. That I start to wonder, is Sunday really the most important game for the NFL?
I'm not surprised by it. And frankly, I think having a bunch of games on at the same time for a league that's, sometimes 16 games on at once, it kind of stinks.
Sometimes I feel like less is more. I didn't feel like it didn't evoke any emotions. Like I looked at it, it's like, guys, the schedule release.
Two Pros, Lamar Arrington, Brady Quinn, and a Cup of Joe. Joe Stops. 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
You're listening to the Iron Pigs Radio Network.
Still in the bottom of the fifth, Iron Pigs trailing the RailRiders now 7-5 after the Felix Reyes 2-run homer. Brian Taylor Cruz works a 12-pitch walk off of Dom Hamill, able to force him out of the game as he exits stage right with Dylan Coleman replacing him on the mound on this Lehigh Valley Chimney Specialist call to the bullpen for the RailRiders. Lehigh Valley Chimney Specialist keeping the Valley safe, one chimney at a time. So Coleman replaces Hamill. Hamill goes 4 2/3. Right now, 5 runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Responsible for Daly Cruz at first. He cannot win. He cannot lose. He will have a no decision today. Dom Hamill did not qualify for the win. Dylan Coleman making his 9th appearance for the RailRiders. He is 1-0 with a 1.08 ERA, 29 years old, 4th-round pick originally of the Padres out of Missouri State. 8 1/3 innings for Scranton. He's given up just 1 run, 5 hits, 6 walks, 9 strikeouts. Dylan Carlson first to greet him. First pitch cutter down the middle. 0-1. Coleman 6'5", 235-pound righty. Throws from a bit of a shot put angle. Drops the arms a little bit and kind of seems like it's coming out of the shoulder socket. Daly Cruz thinking at first. Infield plays Carlson to pull here. 0-for-1 with the bases loaded. Whoa. 0-1. Cutter spotted up nicely on the outside corner. 0-2. 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the RailRiders, 5 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for the Iron Pigs. 0-2 pitch. Carlson fouls it off at the plate, right off his foot, and he comes hobbling out of the box. He wears a shin guard, but that was nowhere close to hitting a shin guard. Like more so off the inside of the calf. Oh, not even the inside of the calf, inside of the knee. Been telling people the past couple of years, guys are fouling off pitches off parts of the body that have never been fouled off before. That's why you see guys wearing the knee guard or the shin guard up on the knee, trying to protect every part of their lower body. It just feels like every day I'm seeing somebody foul the ball into a place I didn't know you could foul a ball off of. Still 0-2 on Carlson. Daly Cruz held on over at first. Coleman, long navy blue sleeves under his jersey. Tan gloves set at the chest. High leg kick, 0-2. And Carlson, a soft liner the other way. The third baseman, Ornelas, playing way off the line at third. It's there to Spirit, basically a shortstop. Make the catch, and the inning is over. Pigs, though, making a 2-run game again. 2-run homer for Felix Reyes. We go to the 6th. 7-5 Scranton. Here are the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Lehigh Valley Health Network is now proudly part of Jefferson Health. And when teams of people come together for the community, we expect more. Good doctors. and health and Lehigh Valley Health Network. Together, with a future.
Riverview Country Club is set along the Cedar Dell Airport, just 2 miles north of Easton in Wilkes Township. Riverview's 18-hole championship golf course has established itself as one of the area's premier public golf facilities. Riverview offers 5 sets of tees for golfers of all levels to enjoy this course, complete with bent grass landing areas and blue grass fairways. Its consistent great course conditions and beautiful panoramic views make Riverview a must-play course. Plus, Riverview Country Club has a pro shop that is well-stocked with the latest golf equipment and apparel to keep you looking sharp and on top of your game. Riverview Country Club also boasts the Villa on the Green, a beautiful banquet facility that is the perfect place to host your next corporate meeting or event. For more information on the course, season passes, book an event, or book your tee time, call 610-559-9700. That's 610-559-9700. Or visit them at riverviewcountryclub.com. That's riverviewcountryclub.com. Come see what makes Riverview Country Club the premier facility in the area. You're listening to the IronPigs Radio Network.
Top of the 6th, IronPigs back to a 2-run game again here against the RailRiders. Second time they've hit a 2-run homer to make this a 2-run contest. 7-5 Scranton as we begin the 6th. Felix Reyes going deep in the bottom of the 5th after De La Cruz went yard in the 3rd. Alan Ronhell back to work. Top of the order, 2 up. George Lombard leading it off. First pitch, fastball up high. We will see if it is Marco Luciano to hit when he comes up his spot, at least in the 3rd. Right now it looks down in the dugout. That does not look like Marco Luciano with a helmet on. 1-0 pitch. Lombard fouls it into mid of McIntosh. 1-1. Remember, Luciano was caught stealing it back in the 4th inning because when he took off from first, he ended up pulling up a little bit lame. Something like a hamstring, quad, tightening up on him. 1-1 pitch. Lombard goes to the ladder, fouls it back over our heads. 1-2. Lombard 0 for 2 today, a walk and a run scored. Hands held low from the right side. Ronhell to the plate, swing and a miss. Threw a fastball by him. Ronhell with just his 2nd strikeout out of the bullpen here. 1 out. Ronhell's last time out against Rochester was really at his best. Gave up just 1 run on a solo homer to Trey Lipscomb in the bottom of the 2nd. And then over the ensuing 4 innings, faced the minimum. Allowed only 1 base runner on a walk. First pitch to Yanquiel Fernandez is up high. And then promptly cleared him off with a double play. Also, it is Peyton Henry on deck to hit for Luciano, who will exit this game. 1-0. Fernandez swings through the changeup. 1-1. Fernandez hit a solo homer off of Ronhell back in the 4th. Left-handed hitter, 1-1. Chased the fastball up. Fouled it back. One, 2. Now this is where Ronhell has to be careful. Fernandez will call time and step out because Fernandez uses all of his bullets at the plate. Just because it is 2 strikes does not mean that he's going to try to shorten up. This is a man who is up there to do damage. 1-2. Hard ground ball towards second. To his right, second baseman Moore backhands it, sets the feet. Well, glove tap throw to first. In time to get Fernandez. 2 outs. Now Peyton Henry will pinch hit for Marco Luciano. You mentioned Luciano exiting after feeling something tighten up on him when he was trying to swipe second base back in the 4th. So Henry, the former Iron Pig. Sitting 259, 4 homers, driven in 12. He was 0 for 2 yesterday morning with 2 walks. And after everything has been announced, the home plate umpire reminds us that yes, Peyton Henry is in fact pinching. 2 outs, nobody on. Ronhell looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the day here. 7-5 RailRiders in the 6th. The pitch. Fastball zips in a little low. Ronhell, Henry, battery mates last year. Always wonder who has the edge in these kinds of matchups. Is it Ronhell who watched Henry hit all year? Is it Henry who caught Ronhell? 1-0 heater up high. Personally, I go to the catcher because he knows how the pitcher will like to work and understands him a little bit. Especially if the hitter can put himself in the shoes of, if I were catching Ronhell and I myself were hitting, how would I pitch myself? 2-0. Fastball able to chisel the outside corner. 2-1, which, a little bit of mental gymnastics, but Ronhell put down the first two in the fifth before the triple by Martinez or Ornelas base hit. This is down the dirt to Henry here, 3-1. Coming. Henry gets under it, a pop-up, foul ground, first base side, can spiral over the RailRiders dugout, up into the suites, oh no, it hit off the concrete stairs and bounced up and over the roof, gone forever. That's why you gotta make a play when you can. Can't wait for the carom, you don't know where it's going after that. Full count on Henry. Alan Ronhell eyeing a perfect sixth. RailRiders lead 7-5, the 3-2, swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball, and the inning over. 2 punch-outs for Alan Ronhell here in the sixth as he sets the side down in order. We go to the bottom of the sixth. 7-5 Scranton here at the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
This is the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harvey.
Here's a story that comes out about it. That is not great. That he tries to promote himself as I'm this teacher, I'm the guy, and I'm from this thing. My desire to have Giannis on my team every single day. Every single day, I get a fine. I'm looking out to make a trade for Giannis. I'm a little bit less excited. This is like red flag central. Red flags going up all over the place. Every day, Giannis becomes a mess. Let's go out and get him. Now he's a mystery. He went from, let's go get Giannis and we're going to do X, Y, and Z.
Jason Smith with Mike. 6:10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Fox Sports
Or text the show to voice your opinion at 610-890-0707. Don't miss the Lehigh Valley's only Latin sports talk show. Presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. Weekdays at 4 on Fox Sports Radio 94.7 FM, 12:30 AM, and streaming at lvfoxsports.com.
You're listening to IronPigs Baseball, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. On Fox Sports Radio 94.7 FM, 12:30 AM, and streaming at lvfoxsports.com.
Bottom of the sixth, IronPigs trail the RailRiders 7-5 here. Dylan Moore leads it off for the Pigs against Dylan Coleman. So we have a plethora of Dylans here today. Coleman got the final out of the fifth on a line out of Dylan Carlson. Ending fifth, coming on relief of Dom Hamill. First pitch to Moore. It's a line drive left center field down for a hit. Drops in front of Ernesto Martinez. And Dylan Moore with a first pitch single here to begin the sixth. Final out of the fifth means that the line on Hamill is final. Tom Hamill, 5 runs, 4 2/3 innings for Scranton, will not be a factor in the decision today. Paul McIntosh, the hitter, had a good week last week in Rochester, was 3 for 6. 0 for 2 here tonight, though. Foul out and a strikeout. High set from Coleman, the pitch. It's down and away off the glove of Sanchez to the backstop, and Moore will take second base on the wild pitch. It's the cutter down and away that, well, it started in the left-handed batter's box and continued through the left-handed batter's box. Pigs had a 1-0 lead after one. They've trailed basically ever since. 5 in the third for the RailRiders. 4 unearned runs. 1-0 coming. Cutter outside. McIntosh with his bat was following it the whole way. Able to lay off, but the catcher, Sanchez, is going to challenge it. Thinks that might have clipped the outside corner. And by my eye, I think it did get the edge, and upon review, it did. So Scranton, who has just one challenge left, or rather, they have both their challenges left, and they will retain both of them here. Call on the field confirmed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Today, a rare off day for the Phillies in the middle of a homestand. They will continue against the Cleveland Guardians at CBP tomorrow. Old friend Reese Hoskins coming back to town. 1-1. McIntosh takes. Cutter high, called a strike. 1-2. And with the off day, it meant that our old friend here, former IronPigs manager, Anthony Contreras, was back in town. Got to catch up with AC for a brief moment. So he just came down to say hi to everybody, kind of wrap a much cleaner bow on the end of his tenure here after the way it haphazardly ended a month ago. 1-2 pitch. Sweeper down and away. 2-2. Caught up with him a little bit, talking about all the great things that have happened the past month, and I did get an answer to one of my pressing questions, really a burning question, tip of everybody's tongue. Look back to second, Moore leading away, nobody holding. 2-2. McIntosh hard ground ball, but wide of the bag at third, foul ball. And I asked AC, how in the world did he learn everybody's home run handshake quickly enough that he wasn't going to forget for his first game? And I give AC credit, either he was, always worried that something like this would happen, or he has an eidetic memory and, watching a bunch of Phillies games and highlights, committed it to his brain already. But he said he actually already remembered a lot of them. 2-2, fastball outside. He said the one that he did have to make sure of was, Bryce Harper's, because him and Dusty are very particular about that one. They ended up getting that ironed out, and he said, that is one of those things you don't think about until you're there, like, oh man, I better not screw this up. 3-2 on McIntosh. Moore at second. Nobody out. Coleman a look, the pitch. McIntosh fouls it off his foot. It's crazy to think that the managerial changes here in the Phillies organization, only a month old now. Don Mattingly taking over. Tank Adamson sliding in here with AC going to the big league team. Got a million more questions for AC. Amongst them, how has it been reconnecting with Justin Crawford and Andrew Painter, who he had here last year? 3-2. Cutter off the plate. Good take by McIntosh. That's actually the sweeper. A little bit bigger break on it. Able to lay off. So he walks. First and second. Nobody out. Brings up Robert Moore, the 9-hole hitter. Bounced out first a pair of times here. Now the infield going to meet in the mounds prior to Moore's at bat. Jandal Farms, a proud sponsor of IronPigs baseball. Spanning 5 decades, the Jandal turkey has remained the gold standard for dependable quality, flavor, and value. Find Jandal turkey products in your local grocer today. So a quick visit. Everybody converging on the mound there. Robert Moore coming up. For AC, getting to connect with some of the guys who have been through Lehigh Valley. Now he gets to be with them in the majors again. What that's like, being that familiar face. For him, getting to be back with his old pitching coach, Cesar Ramos. Corners play in here for the RailRiders, guarding against the potential bunt, and Moore is squaring early. Crashing from first, here comes Brown. He's about 30 feet up the line, and a inside move to second. Chases Dylan Moore back. Man, in the 2-run game in the bottom of 6, I got to be wondering if Moore is bluffing here. He's going to put on the old hack and slash play. Squares early here, moves up in the box. Now he's committed to this. First and second, nobody out. The pitch home. He takes it back, and the pitch is high. I see you, Robert Moore. I saw that coming. The old butcher boy play. Could have guessed it would be Robert Moore, the one of any pig to do it. He squares early again here. Will he pull it back? Coleman set. Kick and the pitch. Moore brings it back, and the fastball is outside. Catcher Sanchez going to challenge this. He thinks that was a strike. Big challenge here. Same one as McIntosh. Either 1-1 or 2-0 here. Sanchez trying to go 2 for 2 in the inning, and upon review, nope, he's wrong. Call on the field confirmed it just missed by half an inch. So 2-0 on Moore. Tank gives the signs from the third base coach's box, and now in a hitter's count is Moore even bother showing bunts. He's not squaring this time. Corners, still playing on the grass. Coleman's 2-0 pitch. Moore, a humongous hack. Comes up empty, though. Got a good pitch to hit. Still, the corner's in for Scranton. Not nearly as much, but they are on the edge of the grass. Middle infield at double play depth. 2-1 coming. Moore shows bunt, draws it back, and the pitch is down and away, ball 3. I think he was really trying to bunt there, but with the pitch missing a little bit low. It's now ahead of the count 3-1, and I think, or maybe it's me projecting here, that Moore has the RailRiders' head spinning a little bit. 2 on, nobody out. Hitters count 3-1. Coleman heaves it home. Moore checks the swing and fouls it to the backstop. So the closest thing to a bunt in the entire at-bat comes on the 3-1 check swing. And now the corner is back up for the RailRiders. Infield at relatively normal double play depth with 2 on, nobody out for a left-handed hitter here. Outfield straight away. Coleman, the payoff. Swing and a miss. Moore a little bit late. Coleman battles back to strike him out. First out here in the 6th. You like the idea from Moore there, and the at-bat, not what you would have hoped for. The way he played it out, got himself in the right counts, in the right spots, took the right swings and the right pitches. Just couldn't connect. So at the top of the order, Christian Cairo, 0 for 3 today. First and second, 1 out. Middle infield at double play depth. Coleman to the plate. Cutter at the knees. Got middle of the plate there. Oh, 1 on Cairo. Coleman a high set, no look to second, strike 1 pitch. Cutter, top of the zone, 0-2. So Coleman working north and south here. Let's jump ahead on Cairo with the RailRiders getting somebody up in the bullpen. That looks like Kervin Castro. Yeah, that's him all right. Bullpen ace. Two on, nobody out, or 1 out now. Pigs trying to rally in the 6th. Down 7-5 here. 0-2. Cairo, flat-footed, swings and misses way late. And Coleman, after putting the first 2 on, has now struck out the last 2 hitters. And sweeper that, man, Cairo just did not see that well out of the hand at all. Ended up being middle on him. One of the weirder at-bats I've seen Christian Cairo take this year. 2 outs, 2 on, and Stuart Baroa's got 2 hits today. Looking for a third. Switch hitter batting left, swings the first pitch and pops it up. Foul ground first base side. Brown giving chase by his own dugout. Just not enough room. As it lands towards the back of the bench. Big break for the IronPigs. Off the bat, that looked like that baseball was going to be staying in play. No 1 on Baroa. Chokes up in the bat just a little bit. Natural grain barrel. Black handle. Coleman, the strike 1, and Baroa, bouncing ball up the first base side. Wide of the bag, it's foul. 0-2. Pigs have had their chances here in the 6th. First 2 got on. Moore, a couple hitters counts. Cairo went down on 3 pitches. And now Baroa down the count 0-2. Felix Reyes on deck. You get the inkling that Coleman's final hitter is Baroa. He will not face Felix Reyes, be it in this inning or next. Baroa trying to come through here, and pitch clocks are an issue. And they're going to say restart the pitch clock. Baroa was saying something. He's stepped into the box. Bro asking, is there a timeout? Discussing things with the home plate umpire, Jared Dewerson, but nothing really comes of it. Moore at second, McIntosh at first. 2 strikes on Baroa, 2 outs in the inning. The pitch, fastball. High and away, one of the few fastballs Coleman has thrown here. It's been basically all cutters and sweepers. And all of a sudden, bang, 95 on you. 7-5 RailRiders, bomb the 6th. Pigs trying to rally. 1-2 coming. Baroa off the end of the bat, in the air behind home. It's going to backspin its way into the crowd. Still 1-2 on Baroa. Coleman, that'll be his 27th pitch out of the bullpen. 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-run game. 1-2. Baroa spoils another. Stayed on that fastball. Coleman reaching back 96. Challenged it. Coleman, a minor league free agent, pick up by the Yankees this offseason. So with the Orioles last year, AA Chesapeake and AAA Norfolk. The 1-2. Baroa, ground ball off the side of the mound, kicks to second. Cabrera has a hit off his chest, recovers, throw to first is late. Baroa legs it out on the error. Baroa reaching for the pitch, able to top it off the side of the mound, got a little bit of funky spin on it. Cabrera knocked it down off his chest as it came up on him, barehanded it, and a throw to first, not in time to get him. And as expected, Dylan Coleman will not be facing Felix Reyes here. Kervin Castro is ready out of the RailRiders bullpen. In the crucial moment of this game, Shelly Duncan will go to the bullpen. Don't go anywhere. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Felix Reyes coming up, and the RailRiders go to the bullpen. Scranton 7 picks 5. Back in 60 seconds here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Basically, get out of the Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
How does NBC Football Night in America cover that? You do something chronologically about Super Bowl, everything that's happened. Hopefully nothing else happens if you're a Patriots fan or Mike Vrabel. I don't know if anybody is asking for a Super Bowl rematch. I certainly wasn't. But you always give the defending Super Bowl champ the home opener starting the season. I'm probably going to look at a little better matchup there. But you're going to get eyes on this game anyway because it's the first game of the regular season. Now you throw in the Mike Vrabel element here. That might be more interesting than the Super Bowl rematch here. Because I didn't like the Super Bowl, therefore I'm not that interested in a Super Bowl rematch here. But give Seattle a chance. They want to raise the banner.
The Dan Patrick Show.
And you.
Weekdays 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
You're listening to the Iron Pigs Radio Network.
Still in the bottom of the 6th. This ball game in some pretty good conjecture. As for a moment, I'm not sure what that was about, but it looked like the umpires were coming together talking about Kervin Castro's glove, I think. But they ultimately say it's okay. Maybe it's because of the coloring of it? I don't know. Any case, this is it. This is the moment. This is what you live for. It is 7-5 Scranton Wilkes-Barre here in the bottom of the 6th. They've gone to the bullpen to bring on Kervin Castro to face Felix Reyes. Bases loaded, 2 outs. RailRiders leading by 2. Reyes, who has homered 3 times in the past 2 games, went deep his last time up. Castro is the ace in the hole for Shelly Duncan and the RailRiders. Make his 14th appearance on the year, 1-0 with a 2.45 ERA, 18 in the 3rd innings, 15 strikeouts, 4 walks, as well as 2 saves and 3 chances. Made his Yankees debut earlier this month on May 8th, went 2 innings, allowing 1 run. Guy who the Pigs saw last year, just 27 years old, worked his way back from injury. His major league debut back in 2021. Giants and the Chicago Cubs. And now here at the Yankees is as good of a minor league reliever as you're going to get. Felix Reyes to have this kind of moment. Good crowd trying to full throat, push him over the edge, and see if he can get the Pigs back into this game. This is the good stuff. 7-5 Scranton, bottom of the sixth. Last time up, Reyes a 2-run homer to dead center. 420, 107 off the bat. Base hit ties the game here. First pitch. Fastball right down the middle. Cutter. 0-1. Castro 5'10", 234 pounds. Four-seamer, two-seamer, slider, changeup, and cutter. 0-1. Reyes swinging a miss. Fastball threw it by him. Castro quickly ahead 0-2 here. Moore is at third. That's Dylan Moore. Paul McIntosh at second. Stuart Baroa at first. The error extended the inning. Can the Pigs capitalize? Two-strike pitch. Fouled back. Reyes chasing the high fastball. Would have been ball one, but he stays alive here. Scranton scored 4 of their 5 runs in the third, all unearned. Both teams have 2 errors, but only Scranton has really been able to make use of them. 0-2 still on Reyes. Castro, the pitch. Reyes fights it off. Fastball away, fouled back up and over the screen. Again, another pitch that not really close to the strike zone, but it goes to show you how big of a reach Reyes has and the hand-eye coordination required to fight that off. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2-run game, the 0-2. Cutter high. Reyes leaves the bat on his shoulder for the first time. 1-2. Pigs led 1-0 after the first, gave up 5 in the third, have trailed ever since. Castro, glove set of the belt, stares at third, the 1-2. Reyes a drive, deep right center field, chasing Allison Fernandez back to the wall, and Ellis has room. Center fielder tracks it down, slicing away from him. He ranges up the alley to put it away, and the inning is over. Reyes gave it a drive, but Ellis makes the catch, and the Pigs turned away in the 6th. We go to the 7th. Still 7-5 Scranton. Here are the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Valley Network is now proudly part of Jefferson Health, and when 2 healthcare partners come to pay for the community, you can expect more. More locations, more clinical trials, more breakthrough treatments. Jefferson Health and Lehigh Valley Health Network. Together, we're the future of care.
When IronPigs fans need to care for their dogs, they know that future is only for the Pack King United States. Your award team will certainly provide the best boarding, training, daycare, and grooming in the Lehigh Valley. Trust professionals and leader of the Pack King Institute to care for your pet during your next trip, or even watch your dog while you're away on your next ride. Join the Pack and rpci.com or call 610-366-8282. Franchises are now available.
Hey campers, it's Jan from Toyota. This summer, we're headed to Camp Toyota, and the fun starts now. We're kicking things off by kicking up fun. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a 4-runner. Next, we're heading to the hot springs in a RAV4. And finally, park your Tundras diplomas around the campfire because we're roasting marshmallows. The summer starts here.
Dealer in the Fort Areas, your participating trail will give a pretty tips, but that is true first. Toyota, let's go places.
You're listening to the IronPigs Radio Network.
Top of the 7th, it's still the RailRiders 7, IronPigs 5. Evidently, the Tarps Off movement has migrated here to Lehigh Valley for a couple of young kids. IronPigs load them up in the bottom of the 6th. Felix Reyes a drive out to right center. Comes up just short. And now the third base umpire, Raul Moreno, is having looked like he was having a discussion with the third base coach, Gil Velasquez, for the RailRiders, but Alan Rodhell has been dinged with a pitch clock violation his second day here to begin the inning. So it's 1-0 on Oswaldo Cabrera. The pitch, fastball up and in. Ball 2. Pigs had a chance. Reyes gave it a drive off of Curvine Castro. Just dying on the warning track. 2-0 pitch. Fastball's outside to Cabrera, ball 3. Hurts even more because it was 2 outs, or 2 on and nobody out. Couldn't get anything from that. You put it all on Felix's shoulders instead. 3-0 pitch down the middle, 3-1, and Felix had a good at bat. Eventually hit a ball hard, hit it up the alley. Duke Ellis, just a good center fielder. Got a good jump. 3-1 to Cabrera. Off the hands, popped up behind home. That's going to reach the seats. Cabrera is 0 for 3 today. Struck out his last time up. Ron Helm, his fourth inning now out of the bullpen. Give him a run in the 4th, a run in the 5th, and a 1-2-3 6th. Second time this year, pitching in relief. Battle back to 3-2. The payoff. Cabrera, high chopper, right side. First baseman Reyes back to the back. Glove slips, but keeps his footing. An underhand flips to Ron Hell, covering for the first out here of the 7th. 1 out, nobody on for Seth Brown. RBI single for him back in the 3rd. Good job by Felix, able to keep his balance a little. Brush that off. Nobody up in the RailRiders bullpen. Castro will stay on and throw in the bottom of the 7th. Series tied at a game apiece. First pitch to Brown. Big looping curveball is at the knees. 0-1, it's just nice that I finally have a game this week. RailRiders blowing the doors off the Pigs on Tuesday. Pigs boat racing the RailRiders yesterday morning. Kind of forgot what a close game felt like. 0-1. Change up, slips out of Ron Hill's hand, a little bit high. Infield plays the lefty Brown to pull here, who has homered in each of the first 2 games this week. 1-1. Late on the heater, swings through it. 1-2. 7 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors for the RailRiders. 5 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors for the IronPigs. Ron Hell's 1-2. Just got a piece of it. Brown able to scrape it to the backstop. Not a whole lot of Major League action today. On travel days, a lot of off days. A couple of finals already. Mets 2-1 winners over the Nationals. Bo Bichette continuing to finally heat up for the Mets. 1-2. Up high. Ball 2, the Pirates. Up in the Cardinals. 6-2, avoid the sweep. So the NL Central continues to just be calamity. Everybody above 500. Everybody playing some pretty good baseball. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string of the changeup. Brown out in front. It's down swinging. 4th of the day for Ron Hell. 2 gone in the 7th. Pirates are feisty. Cardinals do not make sense to me. That is devil magic. And of course, past couple of days, the tarps off movement for the Cardinals at Busch Stadium, the Stephen F. Austin, I think it was the baseball team, happened to be at a game. First pitch to Ali Sanchez is rocked high in the air, deep left center, towards the power alley and gone. Just onto the Capital Blue Cross lawn in left center. Ali Sanchez ambushes the first pitch fastball and drills it for a solo shot. It's his 6th of the season, and the RailRiders get an insurance run. They lead 8-5 in the 7th. Second homer of the day allowed by Ron Hell. And of the 3 runs Ron Hell has now allowed, 2 of them have come with 2 outs. Not just 2 outs, but setting down the first 2 in the inning. 2 outs, bases empty. Ernesto Martinez Jr. takes up high. Martinez scored one of them off of Ron Hell when he tripled in the 5th and came in to score on the Ornelas single with 2 outs. Left-handed hitter, 1-0 out in front on a changeup. Nothing but air. 1-1. Other finals, Guardians beat the Tigers 3-1. Tigers dropped to 20-31. And I'm not enough in the Detroit Tigers ecosystem. 1-1. Martinez takes a fastball up and in to really know if A.J. Hinch is maybe on the hot seat for the Tigers, given the expectations coming into this year. had a lot of injuries. Obviously, Tarek Skubal trying to come back quicker than anybody anticipated. 2-1. Fastball blew it by him. 2-2. But you have to imagine that changes for the Tigers are going to stir the pot sooner rather than later here. Blue Jays shutting out the Yankees 1-0. That's in the top of the 7th, while the Braves throttling the Marlins 8-3 in the 9th. 2-2. Up high. Full count. 8 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for Scranton, 5, 7, and 2 for the IronPigs. 3-2. Change up, called strike 3. Inside corner, nibbled the edge. Martinez immediately goes to challenge here. He thinks that missed, but he is going to be woefully wrong. Everybody on the Pigs already walking back towards the dugout. Actually, Alan Ronhell has some pause. He has stopped in now. He will resume his walk to the dugout. Call on the field is confirmed. RailRiders will be out of challenges, and the inning is over. But Scranton does get an insurance run. Solo homer for Ali Sanchez. We go bottom 7. Time to stretch. IronPigs trail 8-5 here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. Hey, Jack, can you add another 60-second promo? They're doing God Bless America.
Customer service.
Hey, this is Jonathan Knight, your favorite kid. Memorial Day means massive savings on every room. Shop Ashley now.
The savings are massive on the hottest styles during Ashley's Memorial Sales, with hot buys starting at just $2.99. Save up to 20% on all Ashley furniture, or enjoy 60 months no-interest financing with no minimum purchase. These Memorial Day deals won't last. Shop today at Ashley.
Rome takes on sports.
Listen, it is not too late to stop this. Do not do this. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. It's damn near perfect. It's beautiful as it is. Stop trying to fix what ain't broke. And stop telling me that the tournament isn't the tournament unless the 15th place team in the SEC gets in. Stop jerking with the best team in all the sports.
You just don't want it?
No, keep the promo.
All right. We're celebrating 25 years of covering Lehigh Valley sports. Moments like Lehigh's C.J. McCollum being the 10th overall pick of the 2013 NBA draft by the Warriors Trailblazers. Covering the biggest moments in Lehigh Valley sports for 25 years. This is Fox Sports Radio, 94.7 FM and 12:30 AM in Easton.
You're listening to the IronPigs Radio Network.
Hope you got a good stretch in. We go to the bottom of the 7th. IronPigs trailing the RailRiders now 8-5 after the solo homer for Ali Sanchez. Kervin Castro will stay on and pitch here after he got the final out in the bottom of the 6th, getting Felix Reyes to fly out to deep right center. So with Castro still on the mound, there is a defensive substitution here for Scranton Wilkes-Barre as Kennedy Corona is going to replace Ernesto Martinez Jr. in left. I'm not sure if that's just a replacement for better defense or what, but Martinez was punched out looking to end the top of the 7th. Challenged pitch, ended up getting call confirmed on him. So, just light defense. Corona much better defensively than Martinez, who also was making his first start of the year in left. So the new defensive alignment for the RailRiders in the outfield, it's Corona in left, Ellis in center, and Fernandez in right. Castro still pitching as Carter Keyboom leads it off for the Pigs in the 7th. Down 3 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Got to rally. IronPigs do have somebody up in the bullpen as that would be Jackson Rutledge starting to throw for what would be his IronPigs home debut here. First pitch to Keyboom. He takes a rip, pops it up. Up the first base side, foul ground. Brown surrounding it onto the warning track. He's got room, and he makes the catch. Keyboom, 1 pitch. He's out. And our friends at Service had a pretty good camera shot here of Martinez being told that he was being taken out of the game. Didn't look like anything too amiss from that. And looking at the box score, it's not like I missed him getting ejected or anything, so curious. First pitch home to Brian De La Cruz. Castro pumps in a strike. 0-1, De La Cruz. Can't see his arms. Where's his arms go? He's wearing all camo. Camo long sleeves under the jersey. Camo batting gloves. 0-1. Castro misses up high with the cutter. 1-1. Armed Forces Week, Military Week. Thanks to our partners at Toyota. And then Memorial Day game on Sunday night. Thanks to our partners at Nacy Printing. 1-1. De La Cruz reaching for it. Pops it in the air down the right field side. It's going to slice. Backhand into the seats. 1-2. De La Cruz again, arms extended, fouls it off. So Rutledge up for the Pigs means that Ronhell will be done after 4 innings today. Ronhell at 72 pitches. I think there is also the element of keeping Ronhell's innings usage a little bit limited. Pitch home, it's up high, 2-2. Just in case the Phillies need him. Don't want to overtax him too much. He's stretched out enough as is. Plus, with the multiple Major League rehabbers in the IronPigs bullpen, getting everybody enough work of late has become a problem. 2-2, De La Cruz fights off the pitch into the bat to the backstop. Last time out, De La Cruz won a 12-pitch battle against Dylan Coleman. Chased him from, or rather against Dom Hamill, chasing him from the game and bring on Dylan Coleman. It's 1 for 2 today with a 2-run homer back in the third. Castro to the plate, and De La Cruz fouls it off his foot. Ends up squibbing all the way out towards second base. Thankfully, Brian wearing a shin guard. Two and two on Brian De La Cruz. Castro fires. Misses up high. 3-2. RailRiders 5 in the third, 4 of those unearned, 1 in the fourth, fifth, and seventh. 3-2. De La Cruz off the end of the bat, rolls it into the hole at short on the backhand. Lombard unable to pick it. It'll have no play here. There'll be an error on Lombard. Not hard hit by De La Cruz at all, and Lombard just trying to put himself in the right position. It's the right call for him to go back in, get his momentum going towards first, but hit off the glove. Not much more to it than that. Took a pretty true hop off the heel. Third error of the day for the RailRiders. It has been tough defensively for both teams. Dylan Carlson now to hit. Scranton 3 errors, Pigs with 2 of them. Carlson switch hitter batting left, line down. Last time up. First pitch, fastball up high. Worked a bases loaded walk back in the first. That was the first run of the game, and certainly a lot has happened since then. One-0 coming. Carlson scrapes it to the backstop. Infield plays him to pull here. Third baseman Ornelas way off the line. Third, basically a shortstop. 1-1. Carlson checks his swing. Pitch misses outside. Appeal to second. No chance he wins. Ball 2. Game 4 of the series tomorrow, Friday night, 6:45 first pitch, then 6:35 on Saturday and Sunday. Castros 2-1. Carlson rips it down the right field line, but hooking. That's going to be off protective netting. 2-2. Love seeing Carlson turn on a pitch like that. Shame he couldn't keep that fair. It's amazing just what one big offensive day can do for a team, and all of a sudden they're back. 13 runs yesterday, 5 more today. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball up. Carlson unable to connect. Second out here in the 7th. First punch out for Castro out of the bullpen. So he's now worked a full inning out of the pen here. Got the final out of the 6th. 2 outs here in the 7th. Man at first. Now Dylan Moore started the rally last inning with a base hit. First one on the way. Castro up out of the zone. Ball 1. And immediately Alex Sanchez noticed something because he goes sprinting out to the mound. Talk with Castro here. Pigs with Rutledge up in the bullpen. RailRiders don't have anybody. Castro is their guy. Not like he'll finish this game, but I don't think they have any doubts that he will finish this 7th. Who they use to finish off the game in total will be interesting here. 1-0 pitch. Fastball outside. Ball 2. Gary De Los Santos pitched a couple innings back on Tuesday. Maybe could be used. Rafael Montero. Haven't seen him yet. 2-0. Moore takes a called strike. 2-1. De La Cruz leading at first. 2-1 coming. Moore, good swing, but fouls it back. Fastball, middle, and that's one he would like back. Moore still just trying to get going a little bit. It's tough when you go the first month or two like Moore did, only getting 12 at-bats. Come down here, back into a full-time role again. 2-2. Moore off the end of the bat, a floater down the right field side for Hernandez giving chase. It's a foul ball. Just outside the chalk. And it sounded like Moore might have broken his bat. The bat boys come out with the new bat just in case. Moore will tap the end of the knob of the bat with the ground. So the vibrations, nope, he's good. Still got some more hits in this one. 2-2 on Moore. De La Cruz at first, 2 outs. Error extending the inning here. Pigs down 8-5, bottom 7. Castro's break even. Called strike 3. Cutter, outside corner, froze him. And Castro with a scoreless 7th sends us on to the 8th. It's 8-5 Scranton here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Zero sugar with great Coke taste.
Can we cut all that? That's not going to convince anyone. Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. And none of this noise is going to convince you that Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste, because the only thing that will make you believe that is trying it yourself. No lasers. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Scoring update presented by Ashley. IronPigs and RailRiders go back and forth. Pigs down 3. Going to the top of the 8th. Top half of the 9th inning, Toledo trying to wrap up a win. They're up 5-2 over Indianapolis. Also at the top of the 9th, Syracuse has put 12 runs up against Buffalo. They lead the Bisons 12-6. Bottom half of the 8th, Gwinnett ahead of Charlotte 4-3, tight one there. Jacksonville comfortably ahead of Norfolk 7-2. Top of the 8th in that one. Bottom of the 6th, 6-3, Omaha ahead of St. Paul now. Storm Chasers lead Providence in front. Rochester defeated Worcester earlier today, 9-4. Louisville defeats Columbus 4-2. Memphis shutting out Iowa 1-0. Meanwhile, a rain-shortened 5-inning game saw the Durham Bulls shut out the National Sound 6-0. IronPigs search for a late comeback as they trail by 3, down 8-5 to the RailRiders. We go back to Sam Jolinek headed to the top of the 8th.
Thank you, Jack. They said top of 8, IronPigs down 8-5 here. Jackson Rutledge will take over on the mound for Alan Ronhell. Alan, one of the few times this year, not able to complete at least 5 innings. Just the second time this season, although it seemed like it was slightly intentional. Gives up 3 runs over 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. With Rutledge coming on out of the bullpen on this IronPigs pitching change brought to you by Bachman's. Bachman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling. Contact Bachman's today for your next home improvement project. Rutledge claimed off a waiver just about 2 weeks back from the Washington Nationals, has made 2 appearances for the IronPigs. So far, has not given up a run, an inning and a third. No walks, no strikeouts, no hits, no runs, nothing. 4 balls in play and 4 outs. Rutledge, 6'8", 241-pound righty, 27 years old, out of Fenton, Missouri. Faces Jonathan Ornelas to lead things off, 8-9-1, due up. Rutledge kicks, delivers. Ornelas shows bunt. Fastball just a little high. Catcher McIntosh is going to challenge that. Thinks that that did get top of the zone. Pigs with 1 challenge left, hoping that McIntosh can hold on to it, and he can. Call on the field is overturned, and it's 0-1. Ornelas, an RBI single his last time up. That was in the 5th after the Ernesto Martinez 2-out triple. 0-1, Cutter. This is off the plate. Pigs with 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th. RailRiders 5 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 7th. First close game that we've gotten all week. 1-1, Heater, nibbles the outside black. 93 from Rutledge. He's a big guy on the mound. Like mentioned, 6'8". Has a diverse array of pitches. Sinker, cutter, splitter, curveball. Once upon a time a starter, so retains a little bit of that repertoire even as a reliever. One and 2 on Ornelas, leading off the top of the 8th. Rutledge stretch, the pitch, down and away. Splitter missed, 2-2. Heater just off the plate, 3-2. Just missed. And Rutledge, a leadoff walk here to begin the 8th. With Rutledge being claimed a week and a half ago, that actually filled back up the Phillies' 40-man roster, which means that when Max Lazar gets activated sometime over the next 2 weeks, they will have to, well, create some room. First pitch, runner goes, bunt is shown, taken back for a called strike, throw to second, on the bag, and McIntosh got him. Second caught stealing of the day for Paul McIntosh, so he gets Ornelas. Oh, had to be perfect, and McIntosh was exquisite. Can't do it better than that. Perfect transfer, throw right on the bag, and all Cairo had to do was drop down the tag. Just like that, 1 out. Nobody on, 0-1 on Ellis. Showed bunt on the first pitch, 0 for 3 today. Left-handed hitter. Takes a splitter down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rafael Montero is warming out in the RailRiders bullpen. You might remember him as one of the guys. 1-1. Ellis sprays it down the left field side and into seats, who was a stalwart in the back end of the bullpen during the Astros World Series run in 2022 against the Phillies. Name I have not heard in a long time, but one that conjures up some bad memories. 1 and 2 on Ellis, the only RailRider yet to reach base. 1-2. High chopper, right side, to his right, Reyes surrounds it, flips to Rutledge, covering, bang, bang, play at first, he got him. Foot race between Rutledge and Ellis, and Jackson barely wins it. And Ellis will remain off base here today. Man, Ellis can fly. Ooh, man, Rutledge leaning for that, used every inch of his lower half to get down to that. 3-1 put out, back to the top of the order. George Lombard Jr. over 3 today. First pitch, Swings and grounds it to the backstop. 0-1. 8-5 RailRiders, top of the 8th. Scranton with a trio of homers, 2 solo shots, a 2-run homer. Rutledge, first base side, 0-1, and Lombard fouls it off his foot. 0-2. Lombard feeling out his foot a little bit after that. He'll hit a squat, pop back up. I do wonder how long it is until hitters, so long as they're comfortable, go to more of a cricket style of protection on the legs. If you ever watch cricket, they basically wear something that I can only compare to something akin to kind of lightweight hockey pads, like a hockey goalie, as far as shin guards and stuff like that, to protect their whole body. Because the cricket ball, I think they just call it a ball, is unbelievably firm. 0-2, swing and a miss, and Jackson Rutledge remains scoreless as an Iron Pig. Got him chasing down the way. Good slider, and Rutledge faces the minimum in the 8th. Now it's 2 1/3 scoreless as an Iron Pig. We go bottom 8, 8-5. RailRiders here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Shop unbeatable deals on the hottest styles during Ashley's Memorial Day sale. Save up to 20% store-wide or take advantage of 60 months no-interest financing with no minimum purchase. Plus, explore doorbuster savings, whether you're refreshing one space or your entire home. Now is the time to save big with these incredible holiday savings. Save up to 20% or enjoy 60 months no-interest financing. These Memorial Day deals won't last long. Don't miss out. Happening now at Ashley.
That's a hot Matt Mailer Show.
It's a popularity contest designed to separate the watchables from the unwatchables. Okay, and if your team is among the low 5, I'm talking Jets, Titans, Raiders, Cardinals, or Dolphins, congratulations, because you have been handed a scarlet letter and a dunce cap. 0 primetime games. This is inconceivable if you're of a certain age and you recall the glory days of the Raiders and the Dolphins, that we have now reached rock bottom after all these years of product that they covered in pieces. So that is the NFL screaming on top of the book that you are so bad that a test pattern would likely put better ratings than putting a Raiders Dolphin game on.
Matt Maller, weeknights, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific, on Fox Sports Radio.
You're listening to Iron Pigs Baseball, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. On Fox Sports Radio, 94.7 FM, 12:30 a.m. Streaming at LVFoxSports.com.
Bottom of the 8th, Iron Pigs trying to rally here. They trail Scranton 8-5 as the RailRiders go to the bullpen. Rafael Montero replacing Kervin Castro. Castro really good out of the bullpen. Got out of a bases loaded jam he inherited in the 6th, inning in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. As Montero takes over on this Lehigh Valley Chimney Specialist call of the bullpen. Lehigh Valley Chimney Specialist keeping the Valley safe, 1 chimney at a time. Montero, like we were talking about in the top of the inning, member of the 2022 Astros World Series Championship team that upended the Phillies. 6 foot, 193-pound righty, now 35 years old. 0-1 with a 5.19 ERA with Scranton, making his 8th appearance. 10 strikeouts, 4 walks, 8 2/3 innings. Splitter, 4-seamer, slider, and sinker. From the stretch, first base side, fires home, and McIntosh takes a sinker inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Montero signed to a free agent deal by the Yankees, minor league 1, past offseason. He's actually placed on the restricted list and then transferred to the dev list at the start of the year. 1-0 fastball and 94 in the knees. 1-1. Got activated towards the end of the month and pitched in his first game for Scranton on April 26th. He was in the big leagues last year, bounced around a little bit though. 1-1. McIntosh tops it foul to the backstop. 1-2. So with Houston, Atlanta, and Detroit, it's 1-2 with a 4.48 ERA. Parts of 11 major league seasons. First came up with the Mets, the Rangers, the Mariners, Astros, then Braves and Tigers. 1-2. McIntosh off the hands, fouls it back. I remember when he came up with the Mets as a prospect. That was around the time the Mets were really rounding into form. Won the pennant in 2015. Phenomenal young pitching staff. Stephen Matz, Noah Syndergaard, Matt Harvey, Zach Wheeler, Jacob DeGrom. 1-2. Fastballs up high, and Montero was amongst that bunch. And it's going back a ways, but I thought Montero out of that group had a chance to be one of the best. Ultimately, as a starter, it didn't work. 2-2. Splitter fading down and in. Full count. Ultimately, after the Mets got traded to the Rangers, bounced to the Mariners, it wasn't until he got to the Astros that the Astros pitching department got their hands on him, and they made him into a bona fide back-end dude. 3-2, down and away. This was a splitter. A good at bat by Paul McIntosh here to begin the 8th. He walks for a second time. Pigs need base runners. Down 3, bottom 8. Brings up Robert Moore. Moore 0 for 3 today. Struck out his last time up. Was a heartbreaking strikeout after got ahead in the count. A couple of Butcher Boy looks at it. Switch hitter batting left. Checks the swing on a high fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Lou Trevino getting up out in the Pigs bullpen for the 9th. 1-0. Moore swings, and it's a rocket. Right center field, up the alley. Ellis isn't going to get there. It's down for a hit. He's able to pick it up on the bounce on the warning track. Moore on his way to second. He'll stop there as McIntosh over to third. And the Pigs with second and third. Nobody out in the 8th have something brewing. First hit of the day for Moore. 3rd extra base hit of the week. Double and triple yesterday and a double now today. Now the top of the order can go to work. At the very least, you would love 2 runs in this inning, make it a 1-run game, because all bets are off at that point. But if you can get to Montero, you never know. Corners play in for the RailRiders. Middle infield is back. Christian Cairo 0 for 4 today. Only twice this month has he failed to reach base. Right-on-right matchup, Montero, red glove, set of the chest. First pitch, Cairo off the hands, fouls it back off the top of the netting and into the seats. Stewart Baroa on deck. Pigs now 5 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors. Strike 1 of the way. Fastball down and in. Montero very much falls down the first base side of the rubber. His finish takes him over there, and if it was a different situation, I bet Kyron's love to drop a bunt down the third base side. Ornelas guarding against it. He's in on the grass. The pitch home. It's inside. Did he clip Cairo? No, it just missed. It's up and in. Almost got him on the elbow. Two and 1 on Cairo. 8-5. RailRiders lead. They've led ever since 5 in the 3rd inning. Montero set. Heaves it home. Cairo off the hands, a floater down the right field side that drops for a base hit. McIntosh scores, coming right behind him is Moore. He'll score as well, and Christian Cairo, a 2-run single. We've got a 1-run game in the 8th. Man, Christian Cairo has a knack for the clutch. Just off the hands, floating it down the line. Got jammed. That's only 67 miles an hour off the bat, but it does the job, and he's on base yet again. What else is new? 2 RBIs for Christian, give him now 16 on the season. He's the tying run at first, also leads the team in stolen bases. Montero, high leg kick, throws home. Cairo's running. Pitch taken for a ball. Throw to second is late. Cairo ahead, long dive, beats the throw from Sanchez. Tying run in scoring position. And this is unraveling quickly for the RailRiders. Nobody up in the bullpen. Baroa took the pitch. It did miss, down and in on him. Baroa 2 for 4 today, 2 hits. Will he still bunt here? Corners are in, guarding against it. Montero looking at second, 1-0. Baroa squares and pops it up. Foul ground, third base side. It will get to the backstop, though. Foul ball. One and one on Baroa. Will the bunt stay on here? He inches up in the box. 1-1. He squares. Montero fires home, and Baroa fouls the bunt off again. Pitch was a ball. It was way high. And Baroa now down to count 1-2 here. 8-7 RailRiders, bottom of the 8th. Pigs have trailed ever since the third inning. Only led 1-0 for a couple of frames today. Corners go back. The pitch. Baroa, high topper down the third base side, just foul. Ornelas smartly waited for it to cross the bag, because if he had fielded that in front of the bag in fair territory, he's not getting Baroa. I don't think it would have moved Cairo to third base anyways. Certainly not going to get an out on that. One and two on Stuart Baroa. 3 straight base runners to open the 8th. Walk, double, single. Montero looks back at second. The righty is 1-2. Baroa, foul tip, held on to by Sanchez, and Montero finally gets the first out of the 8th. As things tend to happen for the best players on the field, the biggest moments gravitate towards them. Got that moment for Felix Reyes again here. Out to the mound goes Ali Sanchez to talk with Montero here. The rest of the infield is going to come in, except for Seth Brown at first, who evidently did not get the memo. Reyes flied out to the warning track in right center his last time up with the bases loaded back in the 6th. That was in a 2-run game. He's got a 1-run game here in the bottom of the 8th. Tying run at second. He is the go-ahead run of the plate. Homered twice yesterday. He's already homered once today and a base hit in the 1st. Why not one more? Throw the team on your back, big fella. First pitch. Reyes off the end of the bat, a high fly ball. Center field, not deep. Ellis in a couple of steps, makes the catch. Cairo bluffs a tag from second. Ellis throws it all the way to third, and Cairo will have to stay put. Two outs, tying run at second, and Carter Keyboom trying to get the job done here. Pigs at Cairo at second, nobody out. Now 2 outs. They need a base hit. Keyboom 1 for 3, a triple and a walk. Crowd chants Carter. How does Keyboom respond? The pitch. Montero feathers the outside corner of the fastball, 0-1. Keyboom this season with runners in scoring position hitting .306. Just about his season line, which is .308. 0-1 coming. Down and away. Splitter falls off the table. RailRiders have started to get somebody up in the bullpen. One-run game, bottom 8, and now time called. Home plate umpire Jared Dorson reminding Montero, gotta wait for eye contact. One and one on Keyboom. Cairo leading from second. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Splitter down and in. Keyboom a good pass at it. One-run game, bottom 8, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball up high. Keyboom chases. Montero strikes him out and ends the inning. Pigs do claw 2 back off of Montero. but he buckles down to leave the tying run out at second. We go to the ninth, one-run game. 8-7 Scranton here at the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Hi, IronPigs fans. I'm Linda Gawardi. I work in human resources at Air Products. I live in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, and I'm proud to support MDA.
Air Products, working here, living here. Hi, IronPigs fans. I'm Nick Medica. I work in hydrogen energy systems at Air Products. I live in Zionsville, and I'm proud to support community life work. Air Products, working here, living here. Chick-fil-A White is a proud of the Lehigh Valley IronPigs. Download a whole new way to Chick-fil-A with the Chick-fil-A One app. Earn points towards rewards with every qualifying purchase. And save time on ordering ahead with curbside, pickup, drive-thru, and delivery. You can even place catering orders for your large events through the app. Available now at the app and Play. Chick-fil-A Whitehall. It's always our pleasure to serve you.
Not everyone knows. The utility only delivers your electricity and natural gas. IGS Energy gives you the power to choose not only your rate, but also your source. Because while energy runs your gadgets, appliances, heat, and air, straightforward, fixed-rate plans from IGS Energy can also fuel your peace of mind. It's why we're trusted by millions of households across the USA, and the official energy provider of your Lehigh Valley IronPigs. Explore your energy choices at IGS.com.
You're listening to the IronPigs Radio Network.
Top of the ninth, it's the RailRiders 8, IronPigs 7, Christian Cairo 2-run single, getting the Pigs to within a run, but they do strand him out at second to end the inning. They had Cairo at second, nobody out, and could not move him off of there. So Lou Trevino comes on to try to keep this a one-run game. Lou made his return to the Pigs over the weekend in Rochester as got back to the big leagues once more, this time with the Baltimore Orioles, as they signed him to a major league contract, had him appear in a couple of games, then promptly DFA'd him. He elected free agency, and now he's back with the IronPigs on a minor league deal with the Phillies. And this is the new life cycle of Lou Trevino, which is, it's not a bad life to live. Lou has been great with the IronPigs, 3-0 with a 2.57 ERA, 14 innings, 22 strikeouts, 4 walks. And to me, it's most impressive, you know, he's 34 years old, coming off of last year where he had good numbers, just was lacking the punch-outs. And he comes into this year, and he's punching guys out. First pitch home to Yanquiel Fernandez, misses just off the plate with a cutter. Ball one, reinventing yourself like that at this stage of your career, finding that next gear, continuing to push yourself, that is not easy. Trevino, tall righty, first base side, delivers home, and Fernandez flies it on a play down the left field side, 1-1, and Lou does it with just very workman-like quality to him. Well, this year it's fastball velo is ticking up again. For guys had to deal with so many injuries over the past couple of years, 1-1. Changeup gets away from him, darting down and away to Fernandez, ball 2. Fernandez, 3 hits today, 3 for 4, solo homer back in the 4th. You know, you kind of wonder the lack of mileage on Lou's arms the past couple of years, whether or not he has a chance to pitch deep into his 30s. Fernandez turns on the fastball and grounds it off the RailRiders dugout, where the first base coach had been trying to position himself out of the line of fire, but still managed to be firmly in Yanquiel Fernandez's crosshairs. One-two, or 2-2 rather, and Fernandez clubs it high in the air, deep down the right field line. That's going to go way foul. My goodness. That cleared the People First Plaza. I have not seen many foul balls do that. Oh, man. 2-2. Trevino, break even. Backdoor breaking ball just off the plate. Fernandez praying and hoping it missed. It barely did, just a little high. And before the 3-2, Fernandez will call time and step out. 3-2. Sinker runs outside. Fernandez walks here to begin the ninth. Pigs need a shutdown inning from Trevino here. Got back into the game. Made it a one-run game here in the ninth. Basically, every time the Pigs have scored, the RailRiders at one point or another have been able to re-extend the lead. Led 1-0 after 2. Trailed 5-3 after 3. Pitch home to Peyton Henry's on the inside corner, 0-1. Scranton with 1 in the 4th and 5th. Led by 4 again. Pigs, though, 2 in the bottom of the 5th, and now 2 in the 8th. Have made this a one-run game here. Fernandez at first, 0-1 to Henry. Off the end of the bat, a weak number up the first base side. Trevino has it tip off his glove, and he kicks it straight to Reyes at first. Shades of Paul O'Neill. Lou Trevino gets it done. Smile on Lou Trevino's face. Pitchers are athletes. You gotta be kidding me. Right off the glove, right off the shoelaces, and right over to Reyes at first. Now get the job done. Fernandez up to second. You know, Paul O'Neill kicked the ball back into the infield from the outfield. It was a boot. Kept the runner at third. Pitches in the dirt to Cabrera. Ball 1 as time is called here. But O'Neill didn't get an assist for it. Nothing like a little levity in a one-run game in the ninth. Turn and a look back to second. Chases Fernandez back. He was getting aggressive down towards third, but he gets back to the bag. The pitch. On the outside corner. 1-1. 8 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for the RailRiders. 7 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the IronPigs. Cabrera, 0 for 4 today. The pitch. Cut on and missed out in front of the changeup. And that's one of the pitches, maybe you just didn't see it enough from Lou last year. Man, changeup looks real good this year. I wouldn't be shocked if that's more of a split, the way that's moving. Although the spin rate does stream more of your normal changeup at 1,700 RPMs. Nods yes, the sign from McIntosh, and now steps off. Fernandez at second. Key insurance run for the RailRiders. 1-2. Down the dirt. Squeaks away from McIntosh to his right. And Fernandez will take third base on the wild pitch. That is tough. It's a tough pitch for McIntosh to block. It's tough. Got just enough a piece of it. Maybe could have kept it in front. But wild pitch puts a man at third. 1 out. Infield comes in for the Pigs. Can't fall behind by any more here. Two-two. Fastball just below the knees. Full count on Cabrera. Seth Brown on deck. Trevino's payoff. Change up down and away. Couldn't get him to chase. Ball 4, second walk of the inning here. That's what makes this RailRiders lineup so tough is, man, they balance it so well. The lefties, the switch hitters. Having a couple of real good left-handed bats here at the upper levels in the minors can just make a lineup lethal. Seth Brown's due up, but Phil Condari is going to make a trip to the mound first here. Check on Trevino, who's walked 2 of the 3 hitters he's faced. Reminder that Kennedy Corona, who came in for Ernesto Martinez Jr. a couple innings back, right now in the hole. Full mound visit here for the Pigs. Entire infield coming in here. Hopefully the umpire will break that up. First and third, one out. Pigs will play the infield back here. Middle infield is back. Keyboom off the line at third base, a couple steps behind the grass. Now he'll move closer to third. Make sure Fernandez doesn't go anywhere. First pitch sinker from Trevino. This is down and away. And the Pigs are actually assessed an automatic ball for that mound visit taking too long. So that's already ball 2 on Brown here. First and third, one out, 8-7. RailRiders top of the 9. 2-0. It's down and in. Ball 3. RailRiders getting somebody up in the bullpen. Bradley Hanner will be tasked with closing this one out for them. Throw over to first. Back with a dive is Cabrera. Three 3-0 on Seth Brown. RBI single for him back in the third. Takes a look at the 3-0, just down and away. It's ball 4, it's the third walk of the inning here. And Trevino asking if that was only ball 3, but the pitch clock violation was called on the mound visit, which I don't think anybody told Lou about. Bases loaded on 3 walks, 1 out. Ali Sanchez, who homered his last time up, stands in here. The catcher, 2 for 4 today. Swings at the first pitch, hits a ground ball straight to the shortstop, Cairo. Goes to second, 1, relay to first in time, and just like that, 6-4-3. Easy as it comes, Lou Trevino gets out of the inning. So the RailRiders load him up, but can't push across an insurance run. We'll see if it matters. We go bottom 9. It's the RailRiders 8, IronPigs 7. Pigs need 1 to tie it, 2 to win it. Here on the IronPigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Or take advantage of 60 months no-interest financing with no minimum purchase. Ready for better sleep? Enjoy free upgrades on select adjustable bases and get king-size comfort for queen-size pricing on select Ashley mattresses. Now's the moment to upgrade your home in a big way. Shop today at Ashley.
And whenever I use a sportsbook, I feel like I'm just getting robbed blind. Dude, you've got to delete that app. You need to be using Polymarket. Polymarket? How are they any different? Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans just like you, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. For real? Yep. Sportsbooks take around $9 on a $100 position and then pay out around $500. Polymarket pays out $650 on that same position. That's no catch. Even better. Polymarket is so confident that you'll never go back. $50 free on your first trade. I'm deleting my sportsbook app. How do I get started? Download Polymarket now. Use promo code HEAT for $50 free for your first trade. Stop letting sportsbooks steal. Download Polymarket. Promo code HEAT for $50 free for your first trade. Use promo code HEAT.
You're listening to IronPigs Baseball, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. Fox Sports Radio 94.7 FM, 12:30 a.m. and streaming at lvfoxsports.com.
Bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Pigs. 1 to tie, 2 to win it. 8-7, Scranton Wilkes-Barre leads. They had a chance for some key insurance. But a ground ball double play off the bat of Ali Sanchez hit the Pigs out of a bases loaded jam. Bradley Hanner, who has had a phenomenal start to the year, will try to close it out for the RailRiders, protecting a 1-run lead here. Takes over for Rafael Montero, who gave up 2 runs in the 8th, but did strand the tying run out at second after Cairo was there with nobody out. Hanner, born in Rhodesville, Virginia, 27 years old, 6'4", 210-pound righty, is 2-0 this year with a 1.74 ERA. 1 for 2 in save chances in 20 2/3 innings, 30 strikeouts, only 8 walks, 17 hits. He's only given up, well, he hasn't given up a homer. A little bit of pitch comp difficulties here. It looks like Ali Sanchez going out to the mound, and he will ultimately go with a full, just normal sign system here. Brian Daly Cruz is leading it off for the Pigs. He is 1 for 3 today, a 2-run homer back in the third. 8-7, RailRiders lead, bottom 9. First pitch of the inning. Sweeper, outside corner, 0-1. Hanner was a 21st round pick of the Twins in 2019 out of Patrick and Henry Community College. Spent all of last year with AAA Columbus. 0-1. Sweeper off the plate. 1-1. He works on the first base side of the rubber and goes four-seamer, changeup, sweeper, and cutter. Last year with Columbus, he was 4-4, 2 saves, and a 4.74 ERA. Crossfire set, 1-1. Fastball 93, just sinks off the outside corner. Ball 2. RailRiders have no challenges left. The Iron Pigs have 1. Daly Cruz homering for a second consecutive day here. 2-1. Trying to homer for a second time. Fouls it off the plate. 2-2. Felix Reyes has homered 3 times in 2 games. Daly Cruz angling to join him. Two and 2 on Brian Daly Cruz, kicking off the bottom of the 9th. 8-7, Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Hanner set. The break even. Fastball high. 3-2. This season, the Pigs, when trailing after 8, are 1-24. The 1 win coming on the road during their first road trip in Durham. 3-2 on Daly Cruz. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and in, almost self-defense, nearly clocked him in the jaw, but couldn't hold back. Strikeout to begin the 9th. One out, nobody on for Dylan Carlson, who homered in the opener back on Tuesday. Switch hitter batting left, bases loaded walk back in the first, produced the first run of the game. The pitch. Cutter right at the top of the zone, 0-1. (8-7) Scranton, bottom of the 9th. Pigs led 1-0 early on the Carlson walk. RailRiders 5 in the third, 4 of them unearned. Held the lead ever since. Pigs have chipped away with 2 2-run homers and then a 2-run 8th, but have not been able to scale the mountain completely here. 0-1. Carlson, a high fly ball the other way, moderately deep. It'll chase Corona back. Now he'll fade in. Gets under it, makes the catch. 2 outs in the 9th. And the final hope for the Pigs is Dylan Moore. 8 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for the RailRiders, 7, 9, and 2 for the IronPigs. By my money, Dylan Coleman should be in line for the win for Scranton. The loss will technically go to Max Lazar, although he did not allow an earned run. Gave up 4 runs, all of them unearned. 2 outs, bases empty. The first one to Dylan Moore. Sweeper nibbles the outside corner. 0-1. Hanner, first base side of the rubber, black glove, no undersleeves here on a chilly night. Strike 1 on the way. Sweeper just below the knees. Sanchez was already pumping his glove out at Hanner for a good pitch, but didn't get the call ultimately from Tourson. Was low on him. One pitch. Fastball gets the call. Sinker fades back to the outside corner, and the Pigs down to their final strike. I'm surprised Moore didn't challenge that. Pigs only have 1 left. Can't take it with you. It's right on the edge. 1-2 from Bradley Hanner to Moore. Swing and a miss. Threw the fastball by him. Moore down on strikes, and Bradley Hanner slams the door of the 1-2-3 ninth, and this ball game is over. The final is the RailRiders 8, IronPigs 7. Our first close game of the week ends up with the RailRiders 1-run win. Final score, it's Scranton Wilkes-Barre 8 and the IronPigs 7. We'll go ahead and take a break. Come back with totals and a recap next on Staybird Suites, Allentown Bethlehem Airport postgame show here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
It's not easy. Between being misdiagnosed and managing symptoms like difficult swallowing, I learned to deal with it by using coping habits like drinking water after every bite I take, or I cut food into small pieces. But I had enough of the status quo.
Is it time for you to see or even status quo? There are ways to manage your condition. Lifestone Ortho Pad is the first and only FDA prescription medicine of its kind for adults and children living with babies 30 years old.
You're ready to stand up to EOE like I was. It's time to ask your doctor about your next StandUpToEOE.com or call 1-800.
Thanks for listening to IronPigs Baseball. IronPigs Baseball is brought to you by naming rights partner Coca-Cola, presenting partner Capital Rocks, and accounting partners Air Products, Service Electric, the High Valley Health Network, a part of Jeffersonville, The Morning Call, and WNBC Channel 69. Now it's time for the Staybird Suites Allentown Airport postgame show with Sam Jelinek.
Welcome into the Staybird Suites, Allentown Bethlehem Airport postgame show. Sam Jelinek with you here from the Cyan Sky broadcast booth. Tough loss today for the IronPigs, the first close game of the week between these two teams. It was a good one, although sloppy at times. It was a well-contested ball game, kind of nip and tuck. Pigs gave up an early lead. RailRiders nearly let the Pigs back into it. Pigs had some chances to fully complete the comeback, but just couldn't get there, and they fall 8-7 here on Thursday night. Let's get you totals and a recap before Jack Hyman will have you for the rest of your evening. This ball game, early on, the pitching was, I think suspect is probably the right word, and part of that is due to the defense that was shoddy at times behind it. Early on, the Pigs nearly got to Dom Hamill loading the bases in the first, but only got one run out of it. Making his IronPigs debut, Drake Fellows, signed just yesterday, went 2 innings scoreless for the Pigs, but came out for the third and walked the first man he faced. Max Lazar then came in, got into some trouble, allowed a single, but then an error allowed the game to be tied and really set kind of the course for the rest of the inning. After an RBI single, gave up a lead, double play ball followed, and then a 2-run homer, as errors earlier in the frame had extended the inning as well. And ultimately, all 4 runs that Lazar allowed in the third, 4 of the 5 in the frame, were unearned. And Scranton had a 5-1 lead after 3. Pigs, though, were able to chip away consistently thanks to some pop. It was a 2-run homer for Brian De La Cruz in the third and a Felix Reyes 2-run homer in the fifth, each time cutting a 4-run deficit back down to 2. Pigs scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Christian Cairo 2-run single to make it a 1-run game, and to me, that's where the ball game was. And even backing up, in the 6th inning, Felix Reyes in a 2-run game, bases loaded, 2 outs. Great battle against Kervin Castro, but flat out to the warning track in right center. Duke Ellis making a nice play to track it down. That was one of the top 2 moments in the game that, that goes a different way. We're probably talking about a different ball game here. In the 8th, same thing. Cairo, the 2-run single. He steals second. He's there, nobody out. Pigs can't move him along. End up stranding him. And after that, went down in order from that point forward. So the final score, it's the RailRiders 8 and the IronPigs 7. Final line score for the RailRiders, 8 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors. They leave 7 on base. For the IronPigs, 7 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. They leave 9 on base. The winning pitcher is Kervin Castro. He goes an inning in the third out of the bullpen. No runs, no hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Like I mentioned, inherited the bases loaded jam back in the 6th and got out of it by getting Felix Reyes to fly out. The losing pitcher is Max Lazar. Max, no fault of his own, 4 unearned runs, 4 hits, 2/3 of an inning. Takes the loss. He's now 0-1. Castro 2-0, by the way. Bradley Hanner, a perfect ninth, gets the save for the RailRiders. We started at 6:48, finished at 10:06. Time of game 3 hours and 18 minutes in front of 7,353 here on Thursday night at Coca-Cola Park. With the loss, the Pigs fall to 21-27, while the RailRiders improve to 25-21 and take a 2-1 edge in this series into Game 4 tomorrow. Speaking of, tomorrow night, Game 4 of the series on Friday night, same time, same place, 6:45 first pitch, 6:15 for the pregame show. It'll be Bryce Wilson on the mound for the Pigs against Carlos Legrange on the mound for the RailRiders. Wilson 2-5 with a 8.20 ERA. Legrange 0-2 with a 4.23 ERA this season. That'll be the next time that I talk to you. So that'll about do it for my portion of the broadcast here this evening. As always, big thanks from me to you, making us a part of your Thursday night. Big thanks to Jack Heim back in the studio, keeping me company. As always, big thanks to our great sponsors who make IronPigs Baseball possible. Our naming rights partner, Coca-Cola, presenting partner, Capital Blue Cross, and founding partners, Air Products, Service Electric, Lehigh Valley Health Network, a part of Jefferson Health, Bebron, Morning Call, and WFMZ Channel 69 News. I'll talk to you tomorrow for Game 4 of the series as the Pigs look to rebound. The final score from Coca-Cola Park here tonight one more time. The RailRiders 8 and the IronPigs 7. As always, thanks so much for listening. I've been Sam Jelinek, Jack Heim, as you're the rest of the way here on the Staybird Suite, Allentown Bethlehem Airport postgame show here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
If you are looking for retirement living that includes all of your home needs,
tough one.
Yeah, good game at least. Entertaining.
Yeah. No, they're playing better, which you like to see. Like
So.
the bats they have life.